Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Worthy tribute. Dire's top tower is under attack.
You can bring me down, bounty hunter. You've got it in common.
Thanks.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Vici Gaming
Dire
turn
team
to
ban.
ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
Dire team back.
That one coming.
Vici Gaming's turn to pick.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Mars!
Ten seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Imber Spirit.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
VG Gaming's turn to pick.
Grimstroke.
Shadow Demon.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
On a little bit of in-game audio. Everybody hated the TV. Sorry to leave you guys hanging. The one thing that I am curious to see is whether or not, in this time of not really being able to have much inter-regional data, that whether or not we're going to start seeing the metas diverge even more. I guess one thing is that the Europe and NA metas kind of, there is a link there. There is a little bit of crosstalk in terms of NA teams being able to play on EU and pubs. Sort of, there's some information there happening in pubs and stuff like that. But China is definitely, as a Dota region, can be pretty isolated from the rest of what's happening elsewhere. For the most part, its priorities are still kind of similar. Maybe there's a couple of heroes here and there that aren't getting played as much as they are in something like we play, where like let's see, has been pretty popular, and people keep trying Necrophos, and I don't think Necrophos has been much of a thing across your CDA, DPL kind of thing that's been going on. But we get Rubik up. Master's lineup is still looking pretty open and safe, not really committing in any strong direction. We've got two good laning supports. They've got Ember, who's always going to have some reasonably strong impact. They're able to control the waves really well with Grimstroke and Rubik being able to shove things, so that's already kind of solved. All they really need is a little bit of building damage somewhere, perhaps. And that shouldn't be too difficult to jam into the lineup, though. These days, I think I've been seeing more Ember safe lane than anywhere else, so maybe that's going to have to come from the mid lane or something like that, as Ichi going to go for the support combo, picking up Marana. Like I said, Marana has been one of the most successful heroes over the course of the last couple of weeks. Did get a couple of buffs, bringing her back into relevant in this position 4 role. Some of it, I think, was just some notice me buffs with the buff on the arrow damage and stuff like that, but it does all add up. But it is definitely a game where you can add like 10 or 20 damage to a spell, and that can be enormously relevant. If you think about all those times the hero apes on just a sliver of HP, ASTER, knowing that they needed a little bit more pushing power, are going to look towards the Beastmaster here. So this does lock up on a little bit more of a timer. This has some nice synergy with Grimstroke, but I imagine this we're now at maybe some little bit peasy for the mid lane. I don't know if they would consider going for something like a Pugna. If there's any thought to go for maybe Bird is out of the table. don't really know Meepo. I mean, could be, but something along that line, I think, is where ASTER, maybe even something like a left track, depending on the lineup. They're going to get to see all 5 of each heroes before they're forced into making a big decision. Beastmaster got a couple of nerfs. Right? You got 4 base damage taken away. They moved the boar damage talent deep his talent tree and like moved the Hawk talent up. And Terrorblade is going to be the pickup. I don't know how much I love this TB pick, to be honest. TB versus Beastmaster used to be a really easy matchup for Terrorblade. You don't really care so much about the board harassment. The reflection is going to be really useful in getting to the inner beast aura for your own team. And the axes were physical, so your super high base armor meant that the axes just weren't really that much of a problem. But now Beastmaster has magical axes, so I will see if that affects things too much. I want to see what the other Beastmaster changes were. So they do have a save for the Terrorblade, which is always going to be nice. Get some extra illusions out of the Shadow Demon. Yeah, so they changed the... Yeah, so more damage is now at level 20 into level 15. It is a little bit more to compensate, but still, now it's while Hawk cooldown at 15, which, I don't know, it is a useful aspect of Beastmaster's kit, and I think it's kind of cool that they're buffing up the vision aspect of his game, because I think that's being kind of sidelined a little bit in favor of just the more pushing aspect of his playstyle ever since they made it so that you can't micro the Hawk anymore. But and then they also moved axes, so alright, so everything got pushed up, and then axes damage, and then Call of the Wild Hawk cooldown brought back. So I don't know, that overall seems like a nerf. Like, I didn't think the Hawk cooldown count at 25 was all that impressive, but still, I don't think being at 15 now and losing the boar damage in the later is going to be very nice for Beastmaster. Anyway, we'll have to see. Void Spirit getting picked up. ASTER's gonna go for the Phantom Lancer as the last pick. So it does seem like they are gonna be pending the Ember mids. We're gonna have a Spirit battle on the lane. Seems, well, I didn't catch the last couple of bands, so I was looking at Beastmaster change logs. I do feel like ASTER put themselves in a little more of a timer here. The Phantom Lancer pickup is actually kind of interesting. I mean, it is a good matchup against... It's like a good matchup against Mars, but I don't think it's that great against Terrorblade, and I don't think it's that great against Void Spirit either.
10 seconds.
Like, Void Spirit actually gives you a pretty hard time as Phantom Lancer. Eventually, it goes for the Ags build, which I have, you know, a little bit more popular recently. Like, with the Ags build, you just nuke all of PL's illusions, you silence the real one, you know, gives him a really hard time. So we'll see. This is mostly about Mars matchup. It's mostly about the timing for ASTER. That's really what they're looking to leverage here. Hopefully the bottom lane should be okay. Constructs are reasonable, quite a strong lane, let's say. They do have to be a little bit worried at any potential rotations coming in from DY. Disruption of Stark, something like that would definitely be an easy kill with Arrow, and that's also something that the Embers have to be wary of at mid. It's not the easiest thing to set up in the world. We could get, if you happen to get randomly arrowed, then you're just gonna die. And no chance they're really on the mark to be able to set up the random into the So very interesting. I feel like I favor Vici, and maybe I'm being a little bit biased looking at the recent record. You know, I don't think it guarantees that Vici are going to be 2-0ing this series as well, and keeping their very pristine record up against. But we will just have to see some CS scores, get some hotkeys. Nice. Fade just going with the boot start. So not as much looking to battle in this lane, perhaps. I mean, this can also be a good start, even if you think you're good winning the lane. But also maybe a bit more typical if you feel like you need to be pulling waves and your matchup isn't quite so good. Man, Vici with the 5-man smoke at the beginning here. DY is leading the way. Are they going to see anybody? That is the question. They should know that they've wrapped all the way around on this. Ooh, are they gonna catch? Alright, smoke broken. How are you gonna get out of this one, Beastmaster? Boar is slowing down Yang. And looks like XXS might be able to just walk this one off. As they see everybody down bottom. Looks like it should just be a bounty split right across the mid lane. Baboka already moving up, realizing that there's absolutely nobody home. And Vici just gonna have to scramble back to the lanes. Oh, they're still keeping the Shadow Demon and Mirana together. XX is hoping to grab this bounty if he can. Could have maybe had Fade threatening to go and grab this one, perhaps. Yang actually has already used the spear. Can he grab this one? Yes, he can. Baboka a little bit too slow. And now going to take quite a few auto attacks for his trouble here. Alright, that's definitely a nice start for Vici. Alright, what do we got going on? So Mirana just TP's top. Dire Vision is a very defensive ward over on the mid lane, opting to cut this down and get the ward up on the high ground. This is pretty much impossible to do ward unless you've already seen it in replays or anything like that. Yeah, this ward gives you some good pressure opportunities, perhaps. Terrapid already gonna pop the meta, no big surprise. Spear lands, arrow gonna land. This is pretty good damage on Baboka. Does need to chop his way through. Yes, Triple C comes over to try and push them back somewhat. And the Radiant Creep Wave is actually dying pretty heavily, so this is going to bounce off the tower and start pushing in the direction that Vici wanted. They want this extra room to be able to chase and apply some pressure. Fade just going toe-to-toe with UI currently. He's got the Disruption level 1, maybe not the happiest with that necessarily. What do we got? We just get attacked somewhat. Damage actually adding up a little bit. Nice little deny from Fade. I don't actually know how this mid lane matchup goes. So neither one of them is particularly or is awesomely well equipped to pop the other guy's shield. I guess the Void Spirit has pretty good magical damage, so. But Ember can't really do much about the pulse shield. I guess it doesn't really matter. He's also doing a lot of magical damage early on. So far, Qian doing better on the CS. I really do not know a whole lot about Void Spirit's matchups. And I feel like I've actually... I was about to say I feel like I've seen Void Spirit more in like position 4 and offlane roles, but that might be a lie. I think he may actually be... he's probably predominantly a mid-lane hero. It seems like it's pretty even so far. Lots of trading. Does anyone... or he's getting salve. They're both just going for bottle. Ember's going for the full bottle rush. He gets dragged back into the wave, taking a few more auto attack too. Nice little play from Mori. So be careful. And there's 2 points in the flame guard going to work. We are underneath the tower over here, so not a terrible place for ASTER to be each year. They're going for a pull to try and, or shove in the waves to try and get a pull. They would maybe like to, but looks like this is getting body blocked. And oh, Amber, you get it mid. Ori
First blood.
gets it.
Arbitrary definition.
Oh no, and was that his bottle on the career? It was. Oh, if you'd just been able to get to that. Hey, did they just send that Terrapid illusion to try and get the surround on Fade and then just beat him to death? I mean, he did have the telekinesis and a Fade Bolt, so it didn't mean too much of a problem. And he really wants to, you know, give the impression that he's body blocking this camp. But DY should have figured it out at this point. Just have Obs and the Sentry available. Eurus has the Metamorphosis soon. They gotta be careful about this go. DY's got the disruption. Now here comes the disruption. Eurus, you can think about the turnaround. Looks like you will. XXS able to just walk it off, however. The axes fly one more time. Arrow just to grab the range creep. Baboka, this is a slightly unorthodox pull, and unfortunately he's not going to get it. This is a really difficult angle to get it this way. It's much more feasible to go here, but then you have to deal with some like vision problems, and it seemed like he just didn't have the timing to be able to go for that. But that's a really big deal on the mid lane. Ori getting that solo kill. Not pulling ahead too far on CS, but he will definitely be pulling ahead on the levels, level 5. And that means he's going to get his 6th first. Fade running over here just to try and secure the rune, maybe give a little bit of advantage back to the Ember, but it is just going to be a bit of luck. And it does actually favor Chan here, so he's going to get himself a double damage. Very nice. And an important rotation for the Rubik. But so far across the board, Vici doing really well. In fact, Yang doing fantastically up top. Big damage on SCC. Is he even just dead here? Doesn't have level 4 to have the doppel. They use the salve just to carefully keep him alive. Yang getting stuck under the tower somewhat. And might actually get the turnaround here. SCC getting auto attack UOW with the leap forward will finally find the other core kill. And now heading towards Baboka, another leap. Couple more auto attacks, and this looks like it is going to be a double kill for the Mirana. So some big experience coming in, and even with not initially getting that kill, still works out pretty nicely for Vici. So where is the potential for ASTER? I mean, they're not really shutting down the Terrorblade. At least XXS has okay CS, nothing to write home about. As Ori does already have level 6, able to make the rotation up here to just snag the bounty quickly. Ember gonna do the same thing. He forced into mid-wave with his double damage, it looks like, so Ori's gonna miss a couple of creeps worth of experience here, and that might bring the level discrepancy back a little bit closer, as we do just have a quick pause. What can Fade do? Okay, so he's rotated top. Try and find something. Nice spear. Yang still getting to the target. Instead, they're just going to try and turn around on Triple C. Do they now have the damage to bring down Yang? He's got the range up. He's got the stick charges. Ango is through the range up, helping to keep him alive. The auto attacks still flying in, but Ori, he was in the neighborhood grabbing the bounty rune. Baboka is looking for Yang, but now he's getting bottled up. Oh no, ASTER. They just committed the support rotation top, and they are not going to get a damn thing. Ori happened to be in the right place at the right time, and that is an absolutely unmitigated disaster. Like, Rubik just TP top, and they lose the Phantom Lancer again. This is supposed to be the counter matchup versus the Mars, who is just having an amazing start. BYW is already level 5. He's just been arrowing away at some jungle creeps, and by God, do they need... It all falls on the Ember. There's so much weight on John's shoulders to make some plays happen. At least he's got a haste rune. Maybe they can make some kind of a play on the Terrorblade once they get level 6 on the Beastmaster. That's certainly a decent avenue to be looking at, but... And Triple C, interestingly enough, going for this Ring of Tarrasque. So... It did feel like this had... I don't even know if this was ever really all that popular in Phantom Lancer. It really felt like everybody, and especially all the PLs that I've seen in China, have just been going hood first. This is going to be... Oh, actually, no. Not the best arrow. Thought that was going to be a really long duration stun on SCC, but he's going to be okay. TOW not quite in the right position. Fade now trying to make a rotation mid. Really not a very good sign that bottom lane kind of got just got abandoned so quickly. I guess Fade really just didn't feel like there was a whole lot that he could accomplish down here, or instead maybe feeling like his help was really needed top. All right, here we go. Haste ready. He's got the point up in the chains. They're gonna be looking for both of these kills. I think they might only get the one. Yeah, looks like Yang just gonna have to accept his fate. Not a whole lot that they can really do. Fade. They thought about the disruption, but arrow already used, and no real kill to be found here. All right, that's a start. This is what they need out of their Ember. They need Chan to be very active. They need him to be really aggressive and just putting on pressure, because Terrorblade is already just farming up the storm. Like, Eurus is having a perfectly acceptable time. 55 CS, 18 denies. Already able to start hitting up the jungle a little bit, and just gonna pop them out and start farming some ancients early. So, be nice for him. And Baboka up getting up by the 2 supports. Quick disruption arrow into the already level 3 Starstorm is just way too much to handle. And Fade is again hanging around here at mid. We do have another nice rune for Chan. It's been pretty good for him. He's got DD into haste into DD. Certainly cannot complain about that. Or we're just going to take a second to force out the wave and put a little bit of pressure on. seems like Vici, they're gonna start being greedy early, and if this works for them, this net worth and experience graph is just gonna explode, right? They're getting all of the experience bottom because Mars is holding it here. Eurus is already making his way through the Radiant jungle, so he's got access to an easy ancient camp. They've got DY over here looking for some stacks, and they've got the Marana, who is way over leveled because of the start that they had and picking up that double kill. So this is super greedy from Vici, but I just don't know where they're going to get punished for it. They do have a smoke heading in from the mid lane here to make some use out of this double damage. They're not going to find the Terrorblade. It does seem like it's just going to be Yang, and you still have to be careful with the spear and the arena. Yang throws it out, immediate spear onto the arena. Ember taking some damage. They will get the lift back. Here comes the Moonlight Shadow trying to keep Yang alive. Stick charges not going to be enough as it's only PYW being down here. And Aster, desperate to get on the board for tower, is just going to bring everybody bottom and look to clean this tier 1. Start forcing stuff up. DY gonna scout a couple of really big stacks over here as alright. Boboka just dying to some neutral creeps. POW looking for this gold kill. They're not quite able to find it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But yeah, DY is just stealing stacks in the Radiant jungle, in the Dire jungle, sorry. And the POW bounties. You can get both bounties. Oh god, so they just got 4 bounties. At least Dire got some experience, but this net worth dude is already starting to get a little preposterous. Like 4k net worth at 10 minutes with some of the recent net worth changes is pretty crazy. He's just going for a blade mail. Ember going to be going for this vessel build. No big surprise there. And what do we have going on? UI and Ori just lurking around mid lane, sizing up a Boca, but they know that the Ember Spirit is down here. Phantom Lancer is still having a pretty miserable time, doesn't have treads, and they do go on Boboka, but even with the Ember Spirit here, just do not have to care at all.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Terrorblade just laying in with the Metamorphosis already. This is just the mid-tier 1 tower getting taken out almost completely for free. Vici able to run in here, they pick up a Courier as well. Poor SCCC is having a miserable time. Like I said, he doesn't even have treads. He's bottom 4 on the net worth. This was the last overall pick. And this was the last overall pick of the entire draft, and now he's just getting gone on. Oh, or getting faked out a little bit. PYW not so easily fooled. And they will now figure out where the real SCCC is heading. Or he dodges everything. That's a spear, a remnant, and an arrow that just forces him into the tower. And SCCC realizing there was no way to go. Meanwhile, they will be able to catch out the Shadow Demon and bring him down. So nice little pick for ASTER, but this Airblade is just getting out of control. At least they've got some vision over here, maybe to yank him, but Europe's just going to go back to the safe farm. This is going to be a really fast Manta. And Ember being forced back at mid. They need some more out of their Beastmaster. They also need to get spined on their Grimstroke. Poor Boca is just 0-5 so far this game, not having the best of times. Not even feeling confident to go for this creep wave. How are they going to win this game with Phantom Lancer in the state that he's in? SCCC just doesn't feel like he can really do anything. And now they realize which one's the real one. Gonna try and make it go. Ember looking for the turnaround, but the Moonlight Shadow is already there. Covering your retreat from Vici. Yang just TPs into the outpost. No concern for him whatsoever. He does get chained up, but Vici gonna go looking for a little bit more. They do have the arrow available. Here comes the jump onto Boboka. Don't quite land the remnant, but I don't think they're really gonna need it. Ori just chasing forward. Was hoping for the kill with the blade mount. It's not gonna be enough. Roar over at mid. They've actually got the lockdown on the Terrorblade. Eurus was hoping to connect to the fight, but not really in the best position. They are looking for the lockdown on the Ember. The remnant gets them a little bit further away, however. Ori still chasing. Still looking for this kill. XS and able to make his escape, so he gets brought down. And Ori, he's got remnant available. We find it. We'll stay on the back lines. We'll be able to clean up DY. Or with the blade mail pop, charging in. Nice spear for Yang. Line up, knocks him down. Fade also has the Aether Remnant. We'll be able to throw that out shortly. To the Simulate arrow. Just gonna catch an illusion. Ori getting caught. Fade. Nicely done with that stolen Remnant. And SCCC just going to keep on fighting. The spear doesn't quite connect. Fade able to get his hands on it. That is a maxed out spear of Mars. Baboka's in here. They can't quite deal with the Phantom. Nice two-man stuff. Eurus is going to be rejoining this fight in a second. PYW, does he have the arrow available? Yes, he does. Baboka trying to fog him with that, with the Ironwood tree, but... what even? Okay, so let's take stock of that fight. So Baboka dies, then they lose Eurus. So I guess overall slightly favoring ASTER. Definitely hurt a lot losing the Terrorblade the way that they did. This man is not that tanky just yet, so difficult for him to be going for the run-in like that. XXS does have the Necro 2. We still do not have Soulbind on this Grimstroke. Baboka opting for the second point up in the Phantom's Embrace. So it does get a little bit more damage out of that, but not a whole lot else. I really need to try and get him 6, get him his ultimate somewhere. And what is the Ember God? He is just rushing straight for the Vessel. I mean, oh my god, Mirana already has a Yules. Mirana is gonna like overtake this Ember on net worth. That is brutal. PYW has way too much this game. I mean, they've gotten a bunch of bounties. Baboka coming up here, trying to do a little bit of warding. Yang's just waiting for him, and that is going to be an extremely quick kill. They don't even need any TP backup. Ori's just hunting. Is going to be going for this Aghanim Scepter build that's just going to make PL's life a living hell. And SCCC still just having no game whatsoever. This Networthily just continues to grow and grow and grow. Roar onto DY. That's going to be a freebie with the board damage. All right, that's nice. Got to take what you can get. What are the other plus sides here? There's not really too much. I'm still just so worried about this poor old Phantom Lancer. Like, where did they even have to farm? In theory, he's supposed to be, because there was a really good move coming and taking out this bottom tier 1 tower, because normally the way that would work is that you would enable your carry to be farming back and forth between the Dire Tri-Camp and this part of the Radiant jungle. Oh, Fade in trouble. Just way too much burst. And the easiest setup in the world, just jump forward, Yules, into the arrow, into the Remnant. No muss, no fuss. SC trying to hold on to this tower, but I think he just needs to go and grab a little bit of farm, though. If you look from his perspective, he doesn't know how safe he is up here. And it's... yeah, wait until Baboka comes over here to be a little bit of an escort before he actually tries to move forward and continue. And just gonna go for the safest camp currently. Well, Terrorblade already has that Manta and another 1k gold. Actually, another 2k gold towards his Eye of Scotty. Alright, Ember. Got a little bottle refill action going on here. See if we can make something happen. We still do not have the point in the Soulbind for the Grimstone. I'm really shocked that Baboka is not opting for this. I guess they feel like they really need the Phantom's Embrace to be able to kill the Terrorblade without the Sunder getting off, to be able to kill the Void Spirit against all of his mobility. But man, double Fade Bolt and like double Roar are pretty decent. I really don't see why you wouldn't go for it. I mean, even the double like Spirit Lance is not terrible damage wise. Alright, Astro Smoke, they don't really have great vision in their own jungle, but they do have Hawk, so that's going to help mitigate a little bit. This outpost is already being captured. Mars is on the front lines. Mirana's going to be ready with the arrow. Mars with the Essence Ring, still pretty tanky. The Roar comes out. They're blowing everything that they have to find this kill as the Moonlight Shadows popped, and Ori is trying to catch something on the back lines. They're thinking about still taking. Arrow sails through. That's going to be the Rubik pretty much immediately dead. Your senses his opportunity, pops the meta, and just turns him into mincemeat. PYW thinking about maybe making a further jump as they are trying to scout success in the tree line here. SCCC seeing everybody at the top will be able to push in the bottom wave, but Ori, he's not done. He's found Baboka trying to defend this tier 2 tower, and he will make quick work of him.
Dire's top tower is
So even though they got the smoke, they got the initiation, and they killed the Mars, still gonna end up losing this overall. Phantom Lancer went for the Yasha.
Radiant's middle tower.
He has, you know, crawled his way back up the net worth chart a little bit. Still needs the Diffusal Blade, of course, to really be all that relevant. And he is still just so far behind this Terrorblade. Eurus has farmed like an absolute monster. 233 CS so far.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I really think his movements this game have been great. And of course, some of it is that Vici had won the early game so hard, and they don't really have heroes that need that much farm. So he's just been able to go and take all of the juiciest pieces of farm all over the map and use his TP as a resource to be able to go and get, you know, big creep waves like the one the Phantom Lancer just built up down here. But still, very, very nice play. Thinking about some kind of a go on Ori. You gotta be careful of the spear. Here comes the Yules. Do they have the chain lockdown for the Ember Spear? You better believe it. John thought he would be able to play his way out of that one, but no such luck. And, well, Aster, what can they do? Terrorblade's about to get his Scotty delivered. Still need the diffusal on the Phantom Lancer. At least they're gonna get some. Actually, they're gonna be the only ones getting experience at 20 minutes as they manage to quickly snag this outpost. VP asleep at the wheel somewhat, just leaving this in dire hands for the last little bit. Yang's almost got his blink. Ember's just gonna be going for a BKB here, but not had like they just basically not had a carry this entire game. They're just waiting for SCCC to play catch up. Like XXS has been doing well on farm, but has that materialized into anything? Not really. Tier 1 top still completely healthy. Tier 1 mid, fine. All of this is just a product of how hard Vici won the lanes. Yeah, how hard they've been able to keep all of the lanes spammed out this entire time. At least they finally got Soulbind now. That's I think maybe they kind of big combination going out with them. But I mean, Terrorblade, pretty scary. Can they go for some kind of a Roshan play maybe, or keeping in top? Doesn't quite have the Aghanim Scepter, but you can see the makings of this big timing for Vici, where they're gonna have the blink, they're gonna have the Ags. Already got the Scotty. It's going to be really, really difficult. After can they get a good jump? They're looking for Ori. Dust comes out. And not quite going to connect. UAW just goes running forward, looking for whatever he can find. Seeing that the Phantom Lancer has TP'd bottom, it wouldn't be the worst time to find a catch, but they don't have a Terrorblade. He's just pushing out mid, so instead just going to swing over here, connect to the TB. Ooh, Aster hoping that they could find maybe some kind of a catch or some straggler on the way over, but it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. They're sizing up Ori at top, but not gonna be a thing. Spear a little bit off the mark as I say that. Arrow comes sailing through from the Rebecca. Keep the Mars controlled for a little bit. Be able to heal back up his flats. Alright, Phantom Lancer's got his diffusable. He actually has something to say about fight, and SCCC has made the climb all the way from bottom 4 on the network to now among the top 4. So he's getting there, but is he getting there fast enough? Eurus is already thinking about just ending this game with his next time. He might be ending the progression at the BKB, and I really see no issue with that whatsoever. I mean, what are they going to do about him at that point? They're so reliant on the magical damage to be able to bring down this Terrorblade. Way tankier than when we saw him last get gone on the mid lane. Oh, what'd they find? Arrow on the Rubik. Alright, well. Anything about that? CCC. Ori down here pushing out the bottom wave. He's already got this Aghanim Scepter now. And Boboka also down here. Not a whole lot that he can really do. XXS can go and threaten the top side. But Vici, what's the play? It seems like they're just content to maybe go get lanes out, finish the BKB and the Terrorblade, and then look to go and force a little bit more. They don't have any more outer towers to claim, so it's just high ground push at this point. This is over. They've already got the outpost. UI getting the vision situation under control. So they are just going to send the Manta illusions to go and cut top. And yeah, Vici, ASTER also realized that this could be going on. Really easy for the Terrorblade, especially with the Vampire Fangs, to bring this down without taking too much damage. But what are they gonna do? I guess they're still just waiting for Terrorblade.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Play around some vision. Do go for a smoke. Don't quite catch Yang. What do they see on the map? See some Phantom Lancer illusions. That's about it for the time being. I think Eurus, man, that's some... He wants to finish his BKB, but he also wants to keep the smoke going for his team. So just gonna drop off the illusions to farm this out. We got Fade hiding in trees currently. We got... Fully getting pushed in, right? Bottom waves all the way up against their base, mid waves all the way up against their base, and now top waves also getting cut and shoved in. So slowly but surely, Vici just moving as a team, getting ASTER forced back into a predictable position while they finish up this BKB. And then if they want to, they can force a fight in a bunch of different ways. They can just run at them, potentially just walk into the Roshan as well and force them to come and fight them that way. Like this Void Spirit is absolutely gonna own in this next fight. Like Ember is not even close to his BKB, so the Aghanim Scepter Resonant upgrade is really gonna slay. PYW's found Fade over in the tree line. Does get the lift up. He's got the Starstorm doing decent damage. Here comes the dust, but PYW is looking for the jump forward. Here comes the Yules, here comes Sarah, and here comes the kill. This is a beyond godlike Mirana, folks. He has had a hell of a game. Slightly at the expense of Yang, perhaps, you know, trading some of those kills at top, but he's still done just fine. And here we go. Ichi sauntering on into the Roshan pit. They've got their 17k net worth Terrorblade on the front lines, and easily gonna grab this. Ooh, SCC showing at bottom. It's the real one. Did he get the jump out? He didn't make it over the arena. He's just gonna try to turn around and kick up Yang, who just walked on out of there. Now PYW jumping forward. They're cleaning up the illusions. Yang looking for a little bit of healing. Puts the bulwark up in front. SCC can finish the kill. He can now. He's looking for the TP out. DY, does he have disruption? Yes, he does. And once again, Yang, I don't know if that was exactly what he was hoping for, but kind of makes the sacrificial play to bring down the enemy carry, and still has to be pretty happy with that overall. And Ori just able to jump in and completely clean up everything at mid. I mean, there's basically nothing that they can do about that. So mid tier 1 tower will continue to stand even as we pass the 26-minute mark. Success is just trying for an Aghanim set. I mean, maybe that's gonna give them some more tools against the TB, but that's a big old net worth card that Eurus is swinging around at this point. He's not showing any signs of slowing down. At least they got pretty good high ground defense, right? Gotta look at the bright side. And Phantom Lancer has taken the #1 net worth spot on his team here. Still just ratting periodically with the Beastmaster. Maybe we'll see some BOTs somewhere. Just to deal with all of the split pressure. But I think Vici can also just walk on up to the high ground. Looks like they're content to just go with the illusions for now. We may actually just straight up disconnect if we have so many Phantom Lance illusions and like some reflections and stuff like that going on. And even a gem being picked up. Alright. So really looking to control the map. They haven't warded too much just yet. I still have a couple of nice wards around the place. But being very disciplined in the way they look to close out this game. I do think that they should try and make something happen with the Aegis at the very least. Ooh, and they've got vision on the Phantom Lancer.
Radiant are scanning.
SCC. They're hunting for him. They thought he might go for the creep camp. That's not the case. He's still over in the lane. POW hunting. Arrow through. He actually sees the real Phantom Lancer. Can he get over there in time with the Yules? Oh, that was so close. Oh, POW would have really cemented his MVP for himself there. But all right, S just makes it out, and they get something going at mid. The walk forward with the 8th lens, the lift is there, but DY has the disruption, and now they can look for turn around. Terrorblade's got some spider legs of his own, and he is looking for the fight. They do get the Soulbind out, but over in Eurus, a little bit of disagreement for a second there, as with the leaps and the spider legs, Fade makes it back to this base. Chion does not have his BKB just yet, and PYW was lurking back here with the wave. They've still got the tier 1 alive. There's the arrow stun. Do they have any follow-up? No, they do not. Ember will make it out, but he didn't cut the wave successfully, so Eurus is now the escort, and they're going to try and walk it up onto this high ground. There is a glyph available. Looks like they should be able to waste out the majority of its metamorphosis duration. You see, still pretty difficult to push onto the high ground, but Eurus, he's had enough. Pops the Manta. Yang just tanking everything for the time being. Bottom is getting pressured by SCC, but it's just a cloud of illusions. No real threat from him. And what? So net worth is now up about 14k lead, 7.5k experience. Win probability is once again bugged and says 100% for ASTER. I have my doubts, but we'll just have to wait and see. Ember's got the Flameguard DPS talent. He's got the BKB, so he's actually going to do pretty decent damage in this upcoming fight. Terrorblade Aegis getting claimed in 30 seconds. This is a brave smoke. They get roar here onto the Void Spirit. Where's the defensive disruption? They got him, and got the A on this Terrorblade with the next target. He's just going to try and fight this one out without the metamorphosis. He doesn't even need it. Ori's already got a killing spree, but both got on the back line. Didn't found out. SCC is just run for the kills, as has Chion. Baboka also going to get added to the pile. That's the double kill for your Terrorblade. Ooh, Phantom Lancer. You're in here with no TP for 30 seconds. He just has to rely on the fog. All right, he's done it. He's done it. He's mashed stop like a madman. And SC wondering exactly what he's supposed to do at this point. He just gets reclaimed from the Terrorblade, but he's already got a full butterfly. And I think this time around, Eurus might be able to come up here and the tier 2 tower. Still having a pretty hard time breaking high ground, all things considered, but like they are just getting richer and richer, and all of the items that they're picking up are just going to make Phantom Lancer's life harder. Really not going to be able to carry out this game. I still don't really understand the Phantom Lancer pick. Like I get it kind of from the perspective of, oh yeah, it's got a pretty good matchup against Mars, but and I guess it's decent against Mirana, but everybody else, it's kind of not so great. And I think especially picking it into the Void Spirit is just kind of asking for it. Ooh. What's River Gut Stone? Nothing at the moment. What are they waiting for? Alright, has an illusioner in this time, and he's going for a Titanic next. He did have the Crystallis queued up for a second, but could be making the more defensive play. We do have the MKB on the Phantom Lancer. Alright. Maybe SC can latch on to the Terrorblade and make something happen. The Greaves, the Mirana, DY just running around with this Aether Lens currently. And she's still keeping things pressured right up against the Aster base. John can kind of go out and make some stuff happen, but with this, they've just still been making the rounds with this gem the entire time, so they haven't really been able to establish any deep vision. I mean, at this point, deep vision would be like out past the dire outpost. But they're constantly getting dewarded. High grounds are getting scouted. makes it difficult to go and make any plays. All right, here comes the illusioner, and here comes the Titanic into the inventory. Is this now the timing for Vici? They're gonna get some more illusions. Maybe they can try and attack on two fronts and some illusions bottom. Sort of send the rest over towards mid along with the real pair blade. But they really seem content to just keep on grabbing items, maybe grab another Roshan for themselves. They do have to be a little wary of buybacks. I really did not think that it was going to give them this much trouble putting up onto the high ground. I guess the Beastmaster does now have the Aghanim Scepter, and he's got a Nether Shawl, so he is actually clearing out these waves pretty damn fast. He will do. He knows that the remnant at the very least is up here, and now we're gonna go looking. Pops down the ward. He sees Ember. Goes running at him. John, I cut the second wave. Here comes the leaps. Moonlight Shadow. He'll be able to run forward with that and potentially get the Yules off, but he's waiting to see who can he actually get to come and help him find this kill. Actually, oh, they're gonna go. Okay, Void Spirit is camping the Remnant, and PYW is pressuring the Ember. The Remnants actually run out though, so instead that's just gonna be a BKB TP. Oh, that hurts so much. It's a 10-second. Well, it's not the 10-second BKB. It's a 9-second BKB getting used, but. ASTER able to make some kind of a move out of the base. They got a bounty rune. It's pretty nice. But line just keeps going up. Experience is flatlined a little bit. Terrorblade level 23. Hit up. There comes demonstration. And it really is a lot of farming going on.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I thought that there would be more illusion chipping happening. I guess there has been a little bit. This tower is down to 700 HP now, and Siege keeps getting involved somewhat. Oh, Phantom Lancer have to try and juke them out. Looks like STC may have done it. He's found a little patch of fog in the trees, and we'll be able to get out. Done. Vici with the immediate smoke up. They know that after showing so many heroes bottom, ASTER going to be moving into the Dire jungle, and Ori is already here to scout things out. He gets the silence over onto the Ember to simulate, buying him a little bit more time, just waiting for his team to get here. He does get chained up, but it's not very easy to go on him. He's got this Aeon disc. Terrorblade just walking forward. Who's he actually going to be able to find? He's got the spider legs. Baboka, we've seen this story before. That's CCC able to retreat back in. Beastmaster with the TP fade, just biding his time inside the trees. He's still got the spider leg. So the right move from Vici, but ASTER able to disengage and just go back to playing mouse in this endless game of cat and mouse. Fade getting caught out. Oh, he's dead. Oh, I guess he spider legs past the observer ward. Meanwhile, Vici is up for grabs inside of the pit. Eurus easily able to come here and grab this. There is the Hawk scouting things the entire time, but I think the best that ASTER can hope for is some kind of a snipe, like, oh, Spear doesn't connect. No panic from Ember, still just hanging on to the BKB. There aren't really, there aren't too many instant stuns that can follow up. There you go. Hey, cheese. We do have 4 neutral items coming up. We got the Prince's Knife to start things out.
Oh yeah.
For the PL. Not the most impressive necessarily, but I don't know. Maybe somebody will take it. What's Baboka? He's rocking the Philosopher's Stone currently. Are Vici even gonna bother going for the tier 4 items, or are they just gonna head straight up onto the high ground? Seems like they want this high ground. Maybe they'll back up if they realize they really want this tier 3 tower to just die. XXS is spamming well, life depends on it. Eurus is getting chipped down a bit by it, but we can always just pop this mechanic. Oh, and here comes the Metamorphosis. He's making his play here. Triple C is taking out the bottom tower. It's just about to bring it down. Might be forced back, or maybe he's just going to keep on moving forward, in fact. Alright, there's the Satanic Heal. Ori ready to jump at a moment's notice, but Boca gonna force that through. Beastman getting caught out. Here comes the Soulbind. That is blocking down Void Spirit a little bit, but both these heroes still looking pretty healthy. The disruption in the backline. SC getting caught out. Yang controlling the Ember Spirit. He's just bouncing around everywhere. SC, that's the real one getting used. He does manage to Phantom Rush forward. The arrow timing a little bit off from PYW. Ori chasing them all the way back to the fountain as Eurus just stands guard outside, dominating for him, laying down the auto attacks. Starts thinking about the tier 4s. They do get the lockdown onto DY. He's brought down Boboka out of position inside of his own high ground. Double kill for Eurus. Doesn't have the Metamorphosis any longer. He's got a Daedalus in his damn backpack. And another buyback coming through as Boboka looking to rejoin the fight. They're getting the lockdown onto the Mirana. Yule is available. PYW can't get it off. Too much chains, but he also buys back. Yang losing all of his money. He's got the cheese if he wants to use it. And we'll see actually doing some decent work. Eurus getting kited around. He finds the real Phantom. He finds the real one again. Ori latches onto him. It's a dominating streak. SC now buying back. Eurus doesn't have any mana remaining, so all he's got is punch. And that punching power might just be enough. And Eurus pops. Does get enough healing going. For his next target will be it. But the Ghost after him a couple of seconds. Yang in the back. They found the swords. And POW just forced to deal with the visions currently. Regrouping their forces, getting it back together. The huge clump of illusions and more. And everything else. Ember that's been forced at the BKB. Just right clicking, he took out the BKB and the Sunders. So really not too much of a problem. And as SCCC gets caught out, brought down, we'll call it the GG. It took them a while. He was trying to stand inside of the Asian as it explodes. Very much claiming this is his territory. And there you go. Vici taking the
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
Radiant team ban.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
Radiant team ban.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
Radiant team ban.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, folks. DPL-CDA action, your one best of 3 for the evening. We're here in game number 2, and Vici currently lead this best of 3 series 1-0. ASTER gonna have to shake things up a little bit, though. So far the draft is looking, I think it's even exactly identical to the first game.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
Vici Gaming.
I think that's the case. So, alright, well, Shadow Demon gets banned, so that is a little different. So what didn't get banned? Timbersaw didn't get banned. Interesting. That hero has been, like, the most banned hero, I believe, for a long time in this patch, and I think it's probably the most banned.
10 seconds remaining.
So let's go have a look. Let's have a look at the overall pro stats for this patch. I think Timbersaw's gotta be up there. Heroes. What is the most? And Vici, what do you go for now? They're thinking about it. They're already using a bunch of reserve time. They're like, okay, what do we take? If we're not gonna take Timber, what do we like against Timber? All right, we like ourselves a Grimstroke. Drafts summary. Tell me what is the most banned hero of 7.2.
10 seconds remaining.
Bans, total bans. Ooh, I was close. All right, Death Prophet is the most overall banned. Banned in 88.46% of games with a total of 345. Ember is the second, 337 bans, so that's 86%, and then Timber is 327 bans. The most first phase banned is Timber, though. Timber has the most first phase bans, 278. Death Prophet, 243. So Timber makes it through, but seemingly nobody wants him just yet. Aster gonna take the Ember Spirit for themselves, I guess, not wanting to give away the Grimstroke plus Ember as a possibility, and instead just gonna go for the other shieldy support, other shieldy laning support in grabbing themselves the Lich. So once again, there's spell value here for Vici if they wanted to go for it. Could even see them going for the Rubik in this situation and then just keeping their
10
draft
seconds remaining.
nice and open moving forward. I think someone's going to ban Timber in the next phase if it doesn't get taken. And alright, so Vici just take Mars. I imagine you take Mars and you ban
Radiant
Timber,
team
right?
back.
Or are they willing to keep on leaving it in? Alright, just going to ban the Ricky again. They're really sticking to their guns on this draft. Like, I think this is almost exactly the same draft. From it's the exact same 4 bans in the exact same order, and now the exact same 5th ban. And the only difference is that
10
they've picked
seconds remaining.
Grimstroke instead of Shadow Demon, and that's
5
pretty
seconds
much it.
remaining.
Interestingly enough, Aster ending up with the last pick once again. I think so. Vici got selection priority this time. I believe they opted for first pick, and then Aster took Radiant. So we'll see if Aster get a slightly more successful last pick going this time. Sorry about the squeaks. It's my chair. What do you do now, Aster? Are you worried at all about the potential of Vici taking the Timber? It seems unlikely. It could just be one of these random games where, like, Timber just gets
Radiant team
ignored, perhaps. Yeah. Okay, just banning Lycan. I guess maybe we're about getting run over. Maybe they're planning for a slightly slower strategy. It is definitely good against both of the heroes that they've shown so far, and I don't know exactly what they would grab as an answer. So now what? Do they just fish for a little bit more information? Just pick their position 4? What's good in this situation? Still a Snapfire. Still the Rubik. I don't know if I really want to see the Rubik. Could take the Mirana for themselves if they feel like it's good. What else? What else does Fade play? Maybe like a pause for Rasta? I don't think that hero is very popular currently, but
Vici
could at
Gaming
least give them some more
Shaker.
in their drafts. No? Okay. Well, it is the 4, but they are just going to take the Shaker for themselves. Okay. So a little bit on the greedier side as position 4s go. But certainly some good team fight. And definitely has some good influence over the lane right from the very beginning, the Fisher blocks. So
10
definitely something to be
seconds
looking out for here. But
5 seconds
Vici
remaining.
still have plenty of opportunity to a mid lane and a safe laner that aren't going to be pressured too much by the Shaker. And I could still easily see, like, wouldn't be a terrible game for like a position for Clockwork to come out on the side of Vici. They could pick like a Puck for mid, and actually just going to be a Disruptor coming through. All right, so pretty good against the Ember. Annoying to play against if you're the Shaker. I guess there's some value with the Grimstroke as well, right? Like, Thunderstrike is surprisingly good, good damage. Get some Venn diagram action going with the Mars ult and the Kinetic Field Static Storm. Thunderdome
5
going.
seconds remaining.
And Disruptor also a pretty strong laning support. Aster showing relatively strong lanes here, but nothing insane. As they now pick Veno. Okay, I mean it's early fight. It's kind of some push. They are now very heavily on the magical damage trajectory with the builds. You know, I have seen Embers occasionally still getting something like a Deso and a crit stick and stuff like that. So you can augment your build to bring a little bit more physical damage to the table, but what is this Venomancer really about? I guess it's just a big deterrent to a lot of Eurus's hero pool. Like, they now have to take a second and decide for themselves what carries are we actually comfortable with running into the Veno. And I do wonder if they're going to come back with the answer of the Anti-Mage, because if they wanted, I think they might have to take it here. But it is definitely a go-to for a lot of carry players when faced with the prospect of playing up against the Venomancer. What else could they go for? You know, they could run like a pause 1 Legion if they wanted to. It looks pretty good this game. It's good against the Ember. It's good against the Veno.
Radiant team ban.
I don't know what else. I'm just gonna go for it. Healing Word's always gonna be useful against all this magical damage over time. And just sort of a run at you hero in general. And definitely seems to be what Vici are kind of looking for here. And the you know, the Jug Grim or even the Jug Disruptor, whatever the lane ends up being, is going to be pretty lethal. Definitely going to be relying on good Fissure blocks to keep the Venomancer alive if he is going to be playing in your off lane here. We just have to see a better last pick. That's got to be the big difference for ASTER here. Itemization between the Ember and the Venomancer will be a bit of a question in this game, because both of them are heroes that potentially like going for the Vessel, given the right situation. So we'll have to see who ends up grabbing it. If the Venomancer is going to be going for more of a utility build, like, because you can build tanky, you can build utility. So I'm thinking more along the lines of, you know, tanky is like your pipes and your greaves and your crimson guards and that kind of stuff, but offlane Veno can also easily buy Force Staff and solar and, you know, these kind of other utility items. So, and you can build DPS. I don't advocate for it, but it is a possibility. It's just the Void Spirit getting banned out. That matchup did end up going Ori's way on the mid lane in the previous game. So if they are once again thinking of last picking the SCCC hero, then maybe that's part of that ban. I don't know what what is the game-winning last pick for the carry role here. Probably not Phantom Lancer again. Okay, so let's think go-tos against Jug. Go-tos against Jug are like Ursa, Slark. Phantom Lancer still gonna get banned. Vici still think that would have been a possibility. Okay. Yeah, so like Ursa, Slark, Troll. I get the feeling that ASTER are gonna pick Troll. I don't know if I'm in love with it, but I think that's what they're gonna pick here. And for Vici, it's a Storm Spirit. All right. So there is some lockdown to be wary of, especially in the form of the Earthshaker, but you've got, you know, a couple of decent disables to cover for you. Disruptor can always just bomb the Static Storm on top of the Storm Spirit and make sure that he's able to get out. And it is sort of along that same line of high mobility heroes definitely put a lot of pressure on and do really counter the Venomancer. Like if Storm Spirit gets the ball rolling, pardon the pun, but if he gets the ball rolling this game, then Venomancer just becomes food at a certain point. So ASTER, what's the go here? I think the Slark looks okay. It's maybe a little bit difficult against Disruptor, but
Anti-mage.
Choose your
okay, they anti-mage. Alright. I guess the Storm pick is pretty juicy, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's decent lane against the Mars. It is certainly a good counter against the Storm. They're going to have a lot of potential to keep waves shoved out, scout things out with the Venomancer, play the whole map split, buy time for the anti-mage to get his stuff, but also you are playing up against this Juggernaut, so you have to face the possibility that Vici might just be you know, running down lanes and taking some early objectives, picking up a Deso somewhere between these two heroes. And there is always that little bit of time. Well, I guess it's not so much anymore with the counterspell, but there is always a little bit of a window where the Storm Spirit can kind of hunt the anti-mage. I guess it used to be more of a thing when like Orchid Rush was more popular on the Storm. Really, it seems like the Bloodstone build has completely taken over these days. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. It's an SCCC anti-mage. I'm certainly not complaining, but my confidence in this hero is not super high. We'll have to wait and see. That's all I can say. Ugh, sorry about the yawning, folks. I do not think that this game is going to be. Should be an interesting one. And we're just sliding forward. All right. I wonder if we're going to see like the Mask of Madness Ags build as well this game, or if he feels like he needs to go maybe even something like earlier and more aggressive. Could even see like an old school
Prepare for battle.
phase drum kind of setup, something along those lines. So much of this game hinges on the Venomancer. I think that they need the Venomancer off to a decent start, because the Venomancer is a really big stopgap hero this game for just buying time for the anti-mage to do his thing, right? They need the Plague Wards to defend the buildings, they need the Plague Wards for vision, they just need the damage from the Poison Nova to take some of these early fights before the anti-mage is really able to contribute that much. I like this kind of concept. I like when you've got, I mean, I think of them as springboard heroes, when you've got like a really hard carry, like the, well, not a super hard carry, but a carry that needs space, like the anti-mage. So if you have a hero like a Brewmaster or a Veno or something like that, one of these heroes that has a lot of power in the early game just off of levels, then that can make up for your deficits in early fights. There's no way you buy Ring of Tarask on anti-mage, right? There's no way that this is a thing. Surely you just go Ring of Hell. What is this man doing? Okay, so we got PYW on the Disruptor. DY is going to be playing the Grimstrokes. They do just have the Disruptor in the off lane here. He's going to be going for a Bassi. And it is going to be 3 bounties for Vici. I think they also got 3 in the previous game. So already getting off to a little bit of a hot start. And for those of you who weren't watching the previous series, a reminder, in the last 6 series plus this one, Vici are now 12-0 over ASTER. So definitely a really big win if ASTER can claim it here, get a little bit of momentum back in the series, and take us out to a game 3, but it just remains to be seen if that is possible. This creep is a little bit healthy. Neither one of them wanted to be the first one to hit it. And Ori, one more remnant to get the range creep maybe. Yeah, alright, there you go. What's going on over here, Fade? So DY is up here just by himself. The Jug is now TPing over DY. This is a slightly long TP because of the Jug TP. Oh no! And that is going to cost him his life. Fade picking up the first blood. Alright, that is very nice for this this Shaker Veno lane. Where was Eurus actually? What was he doing? Because I could have sworn he was on the top side, but well, John 6-1, doing pretty well in this matchup thus far. PYW looking for a little bit more pressure on the anti-mage. And going to be a little while before SC picks up a point in the counterspell. And the days of anti-mage skilling like 1-1-1 stats. Oh, that was. Oh boy, that was a meta. Spear onto Bavoka. This is decent damage. They don't have the Thunderstrike though, so no real chance of a kill. A couple of salves getting popped out as SC is already out. He didn't actually buy Ring of Tarask right now. He's just getting some more regen ferried. He's got the Ring of Health queued up now, which I think is a little bit more sane. Ori, it's still not the highest farm here, as Fade is continuing to block things off, making life a little bit harder. DY just with the single pull, but this is going to push out pretty quickly. The Vool's doing the best that they can, but they're not going to be able to clear that wave. So Venomancer already level 3. This is a really nice start for him. But Eurus is getting good CS up here. Though I don't think he was just aiming for CS in this situation. This is really a very kill-focused lane. He's got the Orb of Venom and the boots already picked up, but... You know, ASTER having a good start. Veno already tanking up a little bit, picking up the bracers, so... Might be a bit more difficult to find these kill combinations than they were hoping, and Fade just gonna try and slap down the courier. He does get it. Eurus putting on pressure, but also taking some pressure in return. Fade thinking about the Fissure to get a bit of damage going. And Eurus doesn't have any regen left. They do have Salve on this Grimstroke. But Eurus is just getting auto attack down. Thinks about stopping for the Plague Ward. And does need to get back to the safety of DY to get this full salve out. But across the board, CS looking quite good for Vici. What's going on here? Baboka does get a single pull going, but PYW and Yang just running at him, and Yang sitting on a pretty tiny stack of mangoes. So he's always got some emergency mana if he needs it. 4-minute rune coming up. We've already got a bottle on Ori, so he really wants this, but Fade is getting over, so should be able to secure it. And it is actually bottom instead. DY comes TPing in now. Can he protect this? Well, Ori's gonna have to take the long way around. DY still hoping to hold on to it. Fade trying to get in there, but has to everything back up, cooldown for the Storm Spirit, and at the end of the day, we'll still be grabbing that bottle refill. It's a lot of support attention to the mid lane, but I guess it does go to show you that this, the outcome of the mid lane. I was talking about the Venomancer being important, right, for what ended up happening in the overall course of this game, but also a similar situation for the Ember. But Eurus cannot be very happy with what's going on here. He's just getting super pressured. XXS is already level 5. And DY after TPing over to mid, kind of just leaving him all by his lonesome. A situation where we see the Juggernaut retreat into the jungle relatively early. Fanny Rune coming up. Not the fastest rotation. PYW coming over to grab at least one of the bottom ones. Gonna leave the other one for Ori, who does have the Invis Sips to go for. Nice spin from Eurus, but is that actually going to keep him alive? Looks like it will. At bottom, Baboka and SCCC making a move on Yang. And they are able to bring him down. Actually, not even that much damage being done by the anti-mage there. It's just the 2 points in the Frost Blast from Baboka. And Lich is one of these heroes that are left with an amazing early game nuke. Look at this thing. 100 damage with a 7-second cooldown. There it is.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, I guess it's 200, right?
Structures are fortified.
They'll be battling. Doesn't want to let the pull happen. Down. Taking some auto attacks. He does have a Fairy Fire and one, so he should be fine. Chain's not going to connect, but here comes the Remnants, and that will be a fast kill. PYW looking for a little bit of a turnaround. Does have the kinetic field catching up. The Fairy Fire is still there. DY running in. They really need this kill on the Ember if they can get it. And they will clean it up. Fade now getting silenced. Won't be able to get off another enchant totem as he does get clips back as well by PYW. Alright. So at least they get the turnaround on mid. But that is a lot of support action on the mid lane. Venomancer already has 2 full bracers and an urn. So any dreams of just killing it with spin are kind of long gone. Ori rotates up here, but the Plague Ward already scouting. So this is going to be a little wasted rotation for the Storm Spirit. Man, they really wanted to extract this Venomancer thorn in their side, but lane not really in an amazing position. And once again, XXS just able to chase after Eurus.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's not a lot that he can do about this. Like, he's going to kind of call DY over, but already losing half of his HP just to that harassment. What's happening over here? Oh, yes. Ooh, loses the healing ward. Just fake him out. All right, he's gonna be okay with the spin. DY is super dead though. Gonna leave the Let's get those urn charges going. And over on the bottom side, they do end up losing Baboka, so position 5 for position 5 being traded across the map. POW getting on a little bit. SC just really anchoring for that Mana Void. He sees this Disruptor hanging around on absolutely no HP, but the XP is not quite flowing in fast enough. Maybe if Mars, you know, didn't have... Well, he's only got 2 denies. I don't think it's really making that much of a difference, but... as I say that, is a sliver away. POW has regened up a little bit more mana, and Eurus now rotating down here. The immediate jump forward from the anti-mage Yang doesn't quite have his level 6. They're just gonna look at Baboka. I don't think they could really go for SC. Eurus level 6 does not have the... Well, does not need to use the Omni Slash just yet. So, all right, he rotates down. DY is just gonna do his best to hold on to top, but it is not going to last long against the pressure from this Venomancer mid lane. Bit of a trade happening, or getting chained up, trying to chew through this flame guard quickly as he just as quickly jumps into the invis. Well, they're trying to find DY up here. They know that he's in here somewhere. Alright. Really get some vision onto him. He's doing as much damage as he can, and Vici actually mass TPs up here. They do have the arena, but not the mana currently. XXS needs to go for the TP out. I don't know if he can actually go for it. Fade getting some good chain stun onto Ori. Not looking the healthiest on the Storm Spirit, and XXS can just fight this one out to the death. Ori does get the double kill, but he is still ticking down. SC jumping forward, looking for the vision. I think he was hoping for the Mana Void. Doesn't even really need it. Now he can turn his attention over towards PYW. They've also got the rotation coming in from the Ember Spirit. They might even be able to go for the secondary kill. Mana Void a little bit late, and now PYW is going to hit up the Jukes. Can they actually find him? Catches a glimpse. SC Blink's still on cooldown though. PYW has he done it? Even gets a ward down as he makes his escape. Well, maybe not what we were hoping for, losing both the Mars and the Storm Spirit. Just goes to show you the perils of ganking Venomancer when he's had such a good start. They do take out the bottom tier 1 tower, so you're able to open up some farming space for himself, and finally W on the way back to the higher side of the map does get caught out by the Ember. So ASTER able to quickly grab this just in the nick of time. And we'll be able to grab themselves a little bit of experience. Oh, Baboka grabbed the bounty, but or him into gold as well. Okay, so it is going to be the Mask of Madness on the jug here. He's going for a soul ring on his Storm Spirit. It's a little bit more farmy. Feeling like he hasn't maybe had the start that he was hoping for. Kinetic Field on the anti-mage, but Kinetic Field doesn't catch him. Also, the Arena of Blood being used. Oh no. Well, that's not the combo. And with all of that being on cooldown, ASTER should be like, all right, it's time. Let's go make a play. Let's go take a building. Let's go do something, because they have nothing. Xian, with the extra freedom of not being forced to buy this vessel, is just going to instead opt for a blade mail this game. It's okay blade game. Like, Jug doesn't really care. I guess it's kind of annoying for Mars and Storm, but I don't know. Maybe he could have been a little bit more greedy and just gone for a Maelstrom or something. Yang sitting up here on the front lines. Oh, comes back, looking for Fade. Got the silence. Here comes the Ink. Trying to deal with the Phantom. Here comes the Sun as well. Just spinning through. Xian does jump in. Storm Spirit looking for him. They get the pull. Do they have any follow-up silences? They do not. Mars, can they get a deny on him? Not quite able to time it properly. Eurus in a little bit of danger. Doesn't actually have the mana for the Omni Slash. Would need to toggle the treads. He does do it. Turning it around now with the Mask of Madness. It's good damage. XXS not dead yet. Will lose Eurus. But the Venomancer goes down as well. Ember Spirit trying to make his escape, but Ori has too much mana left in the tank. SC's hunting for him. Here comes the next Storm Kinetic Field. This time around it catches. I don't know if they can actually kill this anti-mage. That's Triple gonna have to get a target. He tries to auto attack down one. Now looking towards Ori, who's got the regen that quickly gets canceled, but he is tanky enough to survive. Ends up being a 4 for 3 overall at mid. Does favor Vici a little bit on the gold. And also pretty heavily on the experience there. Just they got a ton of value out of their Storm Spirit. And, I mean, Venomancer did quite a bit, but not really a ton of impact from the Ember and Earthshaker's still in kind of the situation where he barely has anything that he can do in fights. Really needs this Blink Dagger. Well, I thought it was going to be more of an opportunity with the arena and everything down, but in the end, ASTER still will be able to come in here and finish off that tier 1 tower, but at a fairly hefty cost. Eurus is going to be going for the Deso. Yang, nobody prizes, does just have the hood queued up, probably going to grab the full pipe quite early on here. And how's Anti-Mage's Battle Fury timing going? SC still has a little bit to go. I'm actually surprised that he's behind the Jug here, given that Jug had a pretty miserable start. I mean, the Mask of Madness build does farm fast, but I guess SC maybe not the best use of his time in some of these early game rotations. Like, he came all the way top, didn't get the kill on the Disruptor. That ended up going to the Ember in the end. Textron Kinetic Field. Ori wants this one and then needs to get the heck out of here. Slims backwards, but Ember's still able to keep on jumping forward. DY is here, though. They've got the Soul Bind. That's going to be enough for ASTER to reconsider, weigh their options, just back themselves. They are sitting on a 2k net worth lead, currently experience getting dragged back, and win probability sitting pretty handily on their side, but we will still, you know, we're gonna have to see. What's the Storm Spirit going for? It's just the Bloodstone Rush does seem very standard now. Oh, I guess we just watched the anti-mage timing. That is really what ASTER's game is all about. Just make space for SCCC and hope that this anti-mage is going to be able to carry. They do have the Blade Mail now on the Ember, and Chan playing out pretty aggressively. Maybe being a little bit of a fire disruptor, getting gone on here with the Chain Frost. Baboka, does he have the bounces? POW, he's not dead just yet. That spear does knock him a little bit closer. Baboka says thank you. Gonna do a little bit more shopping before he goes down. Doesn't really seem like there's any way out for him in this situation. Oh, goes to the TP. There's the arena. Where's the spear? Alright, there's the spear. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. But that is just the ultimate being used for position 5. And Eurus is like, hey, if you walk away from this creep wave, I am going to Omni Slash you. This is what he sees. He's like, alright, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Fade, are you gonna back up the lane after you finish this? Yes, you are. Here I am. And that's a quick kill. Ember runs over trying to help out, but there's really nothing that he can... do. And Disruptor is running over. Can they get some vision? I don't think he actually knows that the Ember is here. Up top, quick D-ward. Trying to keep that vision going for the anti-mage to feel safe while he farms. Still no Battle Fury just yet. Venomancer, he's got the Vessel, and now he's going back for an Aeon Disc. I don't know if I'm in love with the Aeon Disc second item. I guess it guarantees you the Poison Nova, but why not just tank up some more? Like, why not just get another defensive item? Like, why not just go for a Crimson Guard? I feel like the Crimson Guard is also going to guarantee you a Poison Nova. Is there anything else he can build out of this? I think I like the Crimson Guard the best. But we'll see what XXX sends him for. He does have a really hot start, so... And rotating around. About the Venomancer further. Can they keep him silent? That's going to be the problem. Here comes the Poison Nova. And the Fissure as well from Fate, splitting them up. Veno's tanky. Taking them a long time to bring down. They will jump in, but the Echo Slam catches too. They do have the immediate follow-up sound on the Shaker, though. Trouble for Ori. Monovoid on 2. SCCC cleaning up 4 for 1. And that is Venomancer laughing all the way to the bank. That is exactly what he wanted from that situation. So much gold ending up in the hands of the anti-mage. Storm Spirit just jumping into a terrible situation. Shaker survives, so he's got the blank. Oh man. That was not what VG were hoping for. They just wanted a quick pick out of the right foot, maybe take the tower afterwards if they saw the opportunity, but Instead, now all three, the top three on the net worth over on the side of ASTER. 6K net worth lead at this point. And Ori, following that fight, is gonna give up on the Bloodstone dreams, is actually just gonna go straight for a BKB. I think starting to realize that this game is slowing them little by little, and so much of it's just from Venomancer getting a couple of early levels at top. Like, I don't know what the Jug was doing at the beginning of the game, but whatever caused him to have to TP top, and like they immediately just gave this jump away. They immediately gave this level 3 to the Venomancer, and XXS has just run with it. And then like Venos had a great game, so Anti-Mage has a lot of time. Ooh, a little bit of a jump. Okay, getting gone on, but here comes the chain stun. Trouble for the Storm Spirit. A little bit of a jump away. Doesn't have a ton to contribute here. Static Storm, Kinetic Field. Can they bring down the Anti-Mage? That has to be the target. They're gonna get both. Double kill for Eurus as he lays down the law with the Omni Slash. Fades in the back lines, hunting couriers, I guess, switching over to the other side of the map. At least they're gonna double damage on this Ember to maybe defend a little longer, and as always, Venomancer is gonna be the wall, and also the Glyph. Not a very easy push. And yeah, just as quickly as they run up there, they're just gonna be forced to back out. Ooh, dang. He wants this, but he's not going to be able to grab it. POW's down here. He's got the glimpse back. Spear, so they do get full glimpse. And looking very dead. DY just realizing it and gonna let him go. Pushing that, and the line being drawn as well from Triple C wants his team to move forward, go take a little bit of control over this tri-camp area. Constant vision, Venomancer having the Aeon Disc, insanely difficult to go on him. Disruptor even running forward. PYW just straight into the arms of death there. Veno can play however he wants with this build. Alright.
Bounty.
So AM getting like 4 or 5 slotted is kind of an inevitability at this point. It does have to be said that the Jug is kind of keeping pace with them so far. They're just going to be going for that active scepter next. And in a like 6 slot versus 6 slot battle, definitely favors the Jug, though of course the Anti-Mages, they get there that little bit faster, so if they can get past the Anti-Mage's peak, things start looking a little bit better. But I would definitely agree with Dota Plus's assessment currently that ASTER looking good. I don't know, maybe they'll have some slight problems high grounding, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Ember's now got the full KB picked up with the 50 flame rate DPS, so he can just go running at support. So like DY and PYW are just gonna have absolutely nothing to do against this Ember Spirit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And SC just get watched by his team as he farms. They are constantly pressuring bottom, pressuring in the mid lane, establishing a little bit of a foothold for themselves here over on the dire side of the map. Yang, maybe the target. This time gets dropped out on mid. Storm Spirit, can they save him? He's still rooted, can't get the jump away. And she found himself a dominating streak. DY completely out of mana. Jump forward, Eurus. Thinking about the unslash, not gonna go for it. They do get the spear over the Lich. Baboka looking pretty bad. Has poison Nova onto a couple. And Eurus can be forced into the defensive spin backwards. Now Yang getting cleaned up by XC. Mana void expended. Master just gonna keep the momentum going. SC looking for the full abyssal next. Disruptor. I mean, PYW not quite having the game as the Mirana. Got this Agate Receptors queued up, but really just relying on the passive gold to get in there. Do they? They've still got some. Oh, this is a little while to pick up 3 neutral items. What else do we have? Just walking around the People's Gate. Nobody taking the Dragon Scale. It's kind of interesting. I guess Mars feeling like he really needs the Arcane Ring against the Anti-Mage. Or he does almost have BKB, but playing a little bit on the net. Fade. actually doing great. And a Shadow Blade. Even if Storm gets this BKB, I don't think it's going to guarantee all too much for him. Yang really feeling like he needs this blink. Oh, Ember is not an easy go, but he's like the one hero that they see at the moment, so it looks like that's what they're going to try and go for. But like, even if they static storm him, they need to stun him. Eurus is hiding in this tiny patch of fog and do get the stun, but they've got the frost shield. So here comes the lockdown. Can he get the BKB off? Unable to use it. Two already dead. Dominating streak, or with the BKB able to keep on going through this chain frost. No problem for him, but both are realizing that he is 100% dead, and Eurus with the double kill. Man, that is a big win for Vici. Let's see if they can finally get this mid-tier 1 tower. Or actually, wait, so Venomancer... So Venomancer also got cleaned up. Well, alright. Finally, they're gonna get a tier. I don't think they can go Roche or anything. Respawns are a little bit too low. Anti-Mage pushing out bottom. Has opened up a bit of a gap, but Storm Spirit also a very important fight for him. That like, if you're gonna go the BKB, you better hope that the BKB charges are actually doing something for you. Otherwise, you would be better off just you know, sitting back and finishing off the Bloodstone. But I think we're realizing that they did not have the time, and he was really just too much of a liability without the BKB. What's the next item for the Venomancer? Just going back for Vlad's success. It's like, I've done it. I've done all I can. I'm just gonna pop Poison Nova in every fight, throw out some Spirit Vessels. Just, this one's on you. And the Ember a little bit. Smoke up. What do they see? See a Disruptor pushing out bottom. They see Yang pushing out top with his Blink Dagger. Seems like they're just maybe gonna run with the Disruptor. Who is just pop down the Static Storm kinetic field. He actually gets bashed. SC jumping into the middle of it. PYW trying to juke this one out. Has he actually done it? Oh no. I mean, he doesn't have a TP, and SC knows it. He's got to be in here somewhere. SC, can you figure it out? Nope. PYW again. Evading SCCC at every turn. Whoop. Jump in. Storm Spirit in danger. He pops the BKB looking for a little bit of a turnaround. Can they get a bash on him? That's what they need. DY is going to be the sacrifice. Or he just needs to get the hell out of dodge and gets the super long zip away. He will be okay. Eurus, alright, he's got the Aghanim set. They've got the spear. Oh, they're gonna try for it. Here comes the spear. They need a little more damage. They couldn't jump in there fast enough. XC gets the Manta off, but it's still gonna be being a kill. Oh, that was scary when the spear pushed him all the way away. But I guess what, it immediately slashed into the Omni Slash after that. They're chasing. They will at least bring down Yang as a little bit of revenge, but still doing that anti-mage and handing over 500 gold to the Jug. Just keeping Eurus in the game, keeping him that little bit more relevant. Warriors almost got the Bloodstone, and PYW is actually finding good farm at bottom, just constantly pressuring this out. So the Ag is actually, I think, a kind of a realistic thing, and if that actually happens, like, what in the hell are the Ember and the Anti-Mage going to be able to do at that point? Like, I think AM is going all the way to a Abyssal Blade. I really don't think he's going to go for a BKB or anything like that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But we'll have to see. Worth getting dragged back. Experience. Pretty much back to even. Fade does not have the Echo Slam available. They know that the Super is farming over here, but they don't actually see him. Looking for the vision now with the Plague Ward. Ember also getting dragged over to this fight. Is AM going to respawn and make his way down bottom. Can they catch anything? Ori is farming his entire way out, but they just don't have the vision to actually get any kind of a jump. So, alright. Outpost capture. Yang almost has his pipe. Is that hit just getting delivered right now? Yep, pipe coming out. We're still wondering like where it's scraps of farm are on this map. Another 1300 gold to go. Not too bad. Smoke up. What can they find? Shadowblade Fade leading the way. So they're going up Blind Hill, but it's not too bad. Ooh, Mars. Okay, it's gonna get going on. Couldn't get the blink off. Does drop down the arena. Actually splitting up this fight pretty nicely, but looks like for Yang this is just gonna end up playing a little bit of time. There's really no help on its way. The bulwark is making this a little more annoying, but to make the rotation, they bring him down.
Radiant's top
I'm still working on BKB and Aster immediately into the Roshan pit. There is a nice ward here for Vici, so I feel like they have to kind of know that this is going on, and this is not the fastest for Aster by any stretch of the imagination. Eurus is showing on mid, does have to show at least a little bit of respect for the jump potential of the Earthshaker, but why coming over, wanting to try and scout this out at the very least. Hiding on the high ground. Wait, not gonna go for the immediate jump, just gonna go and have a look for him. Mindbreaker is there. We'll be able to grab that. Okay, so they do get the Aegis up on the anti-mage. It's gonna make it a little bit easier and makes it a bit less stressful for SC that he's going for this Abyssal Blade. Storm Spirit's got the Bloodstone, going back for Aghanims.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
When they get the double Ags, I really like their team fight. At that point, it's gonna be pretty damn scary, and they do seem to be giving at least a decent amount of priority to PYW. I mean, he's not getting the farm over the Storm Spirit of the Jug, sure, but other than that, they are making a bit of space for him to grab some creeps here and there.
dire structures are fortified.
All right, this is going to be very telling whether or not Aster were able to make something happen. Go, because like Venomancer is already starting to fall off pretty heavily. The Ember is going to stay relevant, but it really is like Storm continuing to get stronger. Sure, it's dangerous against the anti-mage in the later stages. And mass TP's top from G-Fade. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. What does he see? They get the jump onto XXS. PYW still just keeping in space. They get the jump in from SCC. Gonna look for the Disruptor first. Doesn't get the static storm off at all. So 1-for-1 thus far. They are looking towards the Storm Spirit, or actually getting bashed up. Will be forced to zip backwards. Jug dealing the damage. It's life number 1 for the anti-mage. And Ember not really in fighting shape either. What can we do? Here comes Spear, or looking for the jump. The follow-up stuns. Anti-mage getting brought down by the Swift Slash. They don't have the Omni Slash for him, but SCC forced to blink himself backwards. Fade jumped in with the Echo Sled, expecting some more follow from Anti-Mage, but there just wasn't any to be found whatsoever. Vici Gaming cleaning house, 2 heroes limping away on a sliver of HP. Anti-Mage just getting completely controlled. The only thing that he got to do in that fight was jump in and kill the Disruptor, and then after that, come on, get a fire cap. Are we really not gonna get a fire cap? Okay. But yeah, it's like XXS dies. They both PYW buys back, and after the Aegis respawn, Yang just jams SCC with a spear, hiding in the trees the entire time. He gets the pull off, and then Jug just slashes everybody. And now he's able to go for he's got the full BKB, going for an MKB after that. Also made a bit of a problem, and well, so much for that Aegis. Didn't even get them the tier 2 in the end. And just okay, so Disruptor bought back. So he's not gonna have, well, he bought back, so he shouldn't have Ags for a little bit, right, guys? But he's actually only 600 gold away, and at that point, like, if he doesn't die, he just killed Anti-Mage all by himself. I think AM has seen all of these items on the Disruptor and is like, oh, hold up, guys, I need to be KD. If I get stunned even a single time, and even a jam being picked up for Vici, UI trying to reclaim a little bit of control back over his side of the map, and you know, it is working. They're stabilizing the net worth, dragging experience. Aster, where is the next round of items? They've got the Ags on the Ember, they've got this Abyssal Blade on the Anti-Mage. Haven't seen it just yet. I mean, Venom is just, you know, whatever. So much of this in the world is just whatever at this point. So let's see what they can do. It's going to be tough now that they're playing against the gem. They're not going to get the free jumps. Fade's got this observer ward sitting in his inventory. He's looking to see somebody, maybe on the ward. The ward shows up, and now Vici knows exactly what's going on. PYW just farmed out with all of his mana. He's got the Aghanim Scepter now, and he has one job. Well, I guess we got two jobs in life. He's going to either kill the Anti-Mage or kill the Ember Spirit. I guess the other option is that they can even kill the Venomance, being able to do anything. But yes, this is going to be a big fight for Vici. Aster needs to try and hold this high ground. Vici or Smoke, they have to still connect to the Disruptor. The all-important team fight at this point. Ward up on the high ground, but that's immediately going to get scouted out by this Plague Ward. So Aster should know the angle of approach. And instead, Vici are just going to wrap around even wider. Disruptor trying to come in from the opposite side. Yang's also here, so the pincer maneuver begins. Who are they going to find first? Both looks like it's going to be the target. Ori jumps in. Did they get the pistol blade off? They found onto the Grimstroke. Not the best target. Ori's going to be able to chase after SCCC. Euros has already found himself a double kill on the back lines. XSS surviving by virtue of having this Aeon disc, but is surviving actually going to end up doing anything? Ori's jumping around everywhere. The Mono Void is still available for SC, so they need to show at least a little bit of respect to that, as UI in the background does get the Soulbind out. So he's going to be brought down. Ori jumping forward, that's straight into an Echo Slam. Needs to be a little bit careful here. Not the best jump. I think expecting a bit of follow-up from his Juggernaut. Euro Static Storm Kinetic Field doesn't catch anything. It actually does jump over onto Fade. Now getting pushed a little bit further away. Euro still chasing. Fade has the blink available to get out. Still looking for his targets. Eurus going for the spin TP. He's going to be able to escape. Yang not quite so lucky. Getting found out inside of the tree line. Takes a little while to bring him down, but that will still be a triple kill for SC at the end of the day. Well, so what do we have? We have buyback Shaker, buyback Lich, buyback on the Grimstroke. Oh, we gotta recap. I better click that. It's not the full fight. Oh well. But so many things going wrong for Vici there, right? Storm Spirit goes back in with no BKB, it just dies to Echo Slam. Static Storm Field kills nobody. And now Aster marching their way up the high ground. Now Omnislash for this Jug to have a buyback from the Mars. And Storm Spirit respawning on his own time in another 15 seconds. Switch over to the buyback status. Hardly any relevant ones really here. And the repair kit is certainly going to be helping out a little bit. Anti-Mage just got the level 25, so he's got the extra magic resist. And SC actually picking up a full butterfly as well. Not opting to finish off the BK. We'll see if that comes back to bite him. I mean, he had to play very defensively in the last fight because the Static Storm hadn't been used. And so long as the Static Storm doesn't get used, he really has to just hang back, because otherwise he could just die in desperation to the Jug. So I don't mind the butterfly necessarily, but you know, he still kind of has to play careful. Where did the gem end up at? That's the other big question here. Anyone? Gem. Where is it? Is it on a courier somewhere? What am I missing? Anyone? Gem? Oh, there it is. Alright. They snagged it and it's in the enemy base. Aster not gonna risk them getting that back. What is Roche on? Roche. It's alright.
Dire are scanning.
Okay, this time around, Vici kind of all together. They're not split up. Ember on the front lines. They took the chains over onto Yang. Doesn't have a BKB or anything, so very difficult for him to kite away from this one. Glimpse is going to send the Ember back a little bit. Still got Boboke here, dragging him in. You're thinking about the fight. They do drop down the arena. Ori going in onto the Lich, just looking for the quick kill. The jump forward from the Anti-Mage 2 they found. There's the Disruptor. He's got the Static Storm Kinetic Field down, but once again, it's completely empty. The Omnislash getting redirected onto the creep wave, and here comes the Echo Slam into the Mono Void. SC's found himself a double, and ASTER have more than found themselves their fight. John still chasing into the base, or we're gonna look for a little bit of a turnaround. SC's got a triple. Looking for a bit more. They blink forward onto the high ground. Still need to wait and get some creeps into the base, but man, this Dragon Scepter has just done nothing. I thought this is gonna absolutely be backbreaking for ASTER, but no, turns out to really not be the case. Oh, and they get a jump forward, Missile Blade onto the Mars. So many follow-up stuns. They've even got the clumsy nymph for good measure. Mars dead for 110 seconds. I mean, he does have a buyback, but I don't think it's going to affect anything. They've still got a tier 2 mid. They've still got a tier 2 top, so they're not going to completely lose the game off of this, but now down by 19k. XP just rocketing up out of nowhere out of these last couple of fights. And the only hope at this point is like multi-man Vortex into Static Storm Kinetic Field. That's all they can hope for. Still a possibility, but that possibility may also just be eliminated in a second by Aegis and Cheese getting claimed by ASTER. I see Rocket and the Havoc Hammer. I guess what for the stats. At this point, they don't have any other tier 4s. No tier 4s yet at all for Vici. Eurus has just got a Rapier queued up. Whoa, that's Triple C, my man. Is Rapier really the... I mean, it's gonna make this Roshan a little bit faster. They've got okay vision off of the Plague Ward. Vici coming forward, double damage on the Storm Spirit. They're split into the supports are on the high ground, the cores are on the low ground. They need to keep POW alive. He is the all-important hero for this fight, and now he's getting chased down by John. Can they do anything to keep him up? No, he's dead for 70. Eurus is going to be the next target, already being slowed down. FaZe has his opportunity to do get the pull together onto 3, but SC still jumping in for the cleanup. Rapier making quick work of the Juggernaut, and all right, seems like it was just fine of a decision. SCCC, this is his power spike, this is his moment, and he is going to be dragging ASTER over the line, getting them their first win here in 12 games against VT. Oh. Still got a little bit of fight, they're still got the buyback, but all it should take is ASTER just being kind of disciplined about this. Cleaning up all the building. I guess they're gonna get one more fight with their Disruptor. Shouldn't be enough to kill Anti-Mage twice, but you never know. Minutes weren't pretty nice. Maybe for the BK that he hasn't bought this entire game. No tier 4 items just yet for Vici. Haven't really found the opportunity to get out of their base to come grab him. I mean, also finding himself a flicker. What's that? Like going to Venomancer. He's asking his team, "Hey, who wants this?" All right, fine. I'll just TP it back to the well. You guys can figure it out. They're trying to give Jug all of the farms so that he can buy a Rapier of his own, but yeah, this is a tough spot. 33k deficit. This game just exploded. From this moment, they just haven't managed to do anything. These last 2 fights have been complete clean sweeps by
For the dead.
ASTER. Alright, I think we do still need to end the game in the duration of this Aegis, though, so... Especially if you're not going to buy BKB, my man. I mean, it does 2-second cooldown blink, but... I gotta go do something.
Rush forth.
See the Jug. 3.5k. We're gonna send the Mancer first. Waiting for somebody to show on this hill. Smoke's been broken. Yang's the target. Land the chain. They're taking to the back line. The clean damage is huge. They're bringing down Eurus. He does just manage to get the spin off. It's not enough to survive. He's dead for 2 minutes, and that should just be the game. Fade Echo slamming on nothing. A little bit of a celebratory Echo Slam, perhaps, as ASTER have done it It's Triple C leading the way on his anti-mage. XXS having an amazing game turn, and they will be taking us to a game 3 in this series. What's Mars doing down there?
Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team ban.
One coming.
Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Vici Gaming's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, everyone. Time for our last game of the evening. DPL-CDA, Vici Gaming versus ASTER. Sorry about that. And we're going the distance. Vici took a convincing, though albeit somewhat slow, win in the first game. ASTER bringing it back in game number 2. With that last pick on the anti-mage, the last pick AM definitely looking way better than their last pick Phantom Lancer did in the first game. This time around, we are once again going to be seeing ASTER with the last pick, though it's Vici over on the Radiant side. So I believe the way that it goes, for those of you wondering, when we go to a game 3, we just have a coin flip for game number 3. So in this case, Vici won the flip, and now they are going. They took Radiant, I believe, and then ASTER taking the second pick. So ban's pretty much the same. Looks like we might have another game of Timbersaw just getting completely ignored. Vici, what do they want? So what are the trends so far? Grimstroke lost both games. They could take the Ember away from ASTER if they wanted, but I don't know if that's what they're gonna do here. Okay, so they just take Lich. I guess they don't feel confident in the impact of the Grimstroke. I don't think the Grim was the problem necessarily in the previous game, but for Lich getting picked. Mars is still in the pool. ASTER, are they just going to take the Grimstroke Ember? It's always interesting as you get deeper and deeper into a series, and I think initially going into a series, of course, you've got your preparation and you've got your confident strategies, and then as you get deeper into a series, and I think the same is true for getting deeper into a tournament as well, it starts to shift, and a lot of it starts to shift is just like the recent context of the most recent games. Like, so ASTER go for Disruptor Mars here. Like, you know, would we have seen so much Disruptor? I don't know, but they picked it up in the previous game. Now people are thinking about Disruptor. Hey, that's a pretty cool idea. Maybe we'll take that for ourselves here. Maybe Grimstroke is just out. I guess we have to see if Disruptor is enough of a deterrent to not pick the Timber. Be that we're discovering that neither one of these teams particularly rates Timbersaw all that highly, so it's not actually something that needs to be banned by either. So for Vici, what do you take now? How do you punish this? The Mars and the Disruptor are both pretty bad against heroes that like just get up in their face. I guess, you know, Mars is kind of okay. Disruptor, not very good against run at you style heroes. I mean, I could see Vici angling for the Phantom Lancer here. I don't think they're going to take it this early, but definitely something to be discussing at this point. Like, I always think about Clockwork in this kind of a situation, and then I just think to myself, like, Clockwork is liability. You're going to get such consistent impact out of a different position 4, at least when you compare it to a Clockwork. So, alright, Vici just going to grab themselves a Rubik. There's already some okay spells to steal. Nothing too crazy, though. Just kind of keeps the draft open for a while. As they're worried about the team fight angle being presented by the Mars plus the Disruptor, so they do just get rid of the Phoenix. So what carries could that indicate as well? Gotta be thinking about, like, the ban is also maybe indicative of what Vici are maybe planning draft wise.
5 seconds remaining.
Not sure. Really not sure. Okay. So ASTER now also going to take a little bit of reserve time, considering this is a fairly important moment in their draft. And okay, they look at that Phoenix ban and they're like, alright, we don't want to play against that Terrorblade again. And they're going to get Ricky through. This was getting banned in the 5th spot both of the previous games, but now ASTER will get their hands on it. So, you know, very run it hero should be able to go around and just hunt these supports nicely, provide some vision for the Disruptor. It's nice to have the Ricky as well when you've got good lockdown, because then you're actually going to be able to use like the full duration of your Tricks of the Trade and just dish out all of the damage that Ricky's capable of. Alright, we'll see what kind of answers Vici have to this. Alright, they're just gonna go for an Ember. I don't think it's anything... It's not crazy. If you see this here all the time, to me it feels like Ember is kind of the new, like... The new, let's say, like, Gyro, or the new Jug, or just one of these cores that is pretty much always good. At least until maybe he cops a couple more nerfs or something like that. But this hero has such consistent impact and brings so much to the table, especially being able to push out the side lanes, still be able to join your team, fairly consistent catch. You know, you've got a lot of different ways that you can itemize as well, depending on the needs of your team. You can still get the Vessel Rush. We've seen the Blade Mail. You can buy the BKB. You can buy more physical damage if your team really needs it. And even the talents give you some flexibility in terms of how you choose to build, right? That Searing Chains duration versus the Flame Guard can be a really big boost one way or the other, either against a really mobile hero, say like a Ricky, or you're getting the Flame Guard and a BKB just to chase down supports. But...
Vici Gaming's turn to
ASTER... Alright, they go for an Invoker. Huh. Okay, so what, they're just showing all of their cores, and you're gonna use last pick on position 5? Or are they like 5 Disruptor, 4 Invoker, or something weird here? Yeah, I guess they really just wanted the Invoker. I mean, the Tornado Dispel is good here.
5 seconds remaining.
Same idea, I guess, with the Sunstrike, a little bit with the lockdown. I think this is mostly just to be Quaswex, just go run it. Vici Gaming, give them a hard time. And Vici's answer is going to be Void. Okay, so bring some team fight to the table. Certainly decent at killing like the Ricky and the Invoker, but it's a pretty low down to be playing around. I guess ASTER have some cooldowns of their own, but like you got to be careful. Static Storm can kill you. Even just getting mana burn by the Invoker could be crazy annoying. Playing against the Vessel is Void, not too fun either. And alright, ASTER just banning out the Underlord. Excuse me a second, guys. I'm just gonna go blow my nose before we get into this game.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, so we've got I've got some allergies going on. I'm sorry to deprive you, but Vici is still just taking some time here, thinking about what they want to do, what they're going to be running in their off lane, I suppose. Oh, man, what is the off lane hero? Surely there is no consideration of like bounty, right? That's just Phantom Lancer is the ban. So what do they think the roles are here? Is it, do they think that Ricky is 4 and that ASTER is still gonna pick SC's hero or something? I don't know about that Phantom Lancer ban is about. I guess they don't really have the AoE or anything to deal with the Phantom Lancer, but Vici to me look a little bit stumped. What? I guess you can kind of Slardar, but that just seems... The Quaswex Invoker again is going to be annoying, and it's not really damage that you can put into the Chronosphere. Alright, in the end they're just going to go for Doom. Not a hero that we see a ton of, but... It is frontliney. I guess it's good against... Maybe it's okay against the Ricky. You're not particularly high armor, so... I guess it'll have to be seen how this goes. Man, I think this lane for Vici is a really unknown quantity, and I could see the lane going really badly. Like, Doom Rubik could just end up getting run over. But yeah, what's going on here with ASTER with this Ricky? I really thought Ricky was like just... I had this concept in my head, alright, Ricky is just this position 1 hero. I personally like playing support Invoker. I don't know if it's actually very good. And, is it like a 3 Ricky and a 4 Mars? Alright, the SC's playing the Wraith King. Vici seemed like they had their finger on the pulse here. Okay, it's a Fade Ricky. It's a position 4 Ricky. So they're now just playing a much more standard lineup. I mean, the Wraith King, in theory, the best carry against the Void and the Doom. You don't care about getting doomed. You don't care about getting chronoed. So, I mean, that's certainly nice. But man, this draft got weird. I really thought that the Ricky was just going to be a core, but it seems like Vici, they knew what was up. They banned a carry. They knew that this last pick was always going to be for SCC's hero. And we'll see if the Wraith King after the nerfs is going to end up being the answer. So Disruptor as a 5, not really going to get a whole lot this game. There's going to be a lot of farming happening. I think even the Ricky is going to need to take some farm off of the map. So can't imagine the Baboka is going to get too much. I think this top lane is actually going to be alright, right? The Void Lich versus the Mars Ricky. Double melee versus a Lich. I mean, maybe the Ricky can put down a lot of harassment. I guess the hero's still going to do decent damage early on, even without sitting there and taking the CS. But Ricky like this just seems predicated on you've got to be scouting, you've got to be setting up kills, where your Invoker can just kind of walk in and throw down a cold snap, that kind of a thing. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Been some interesting picks here. Got a lot of regen on these ASTER heroes. 7 tangos on the Disruptor. Ricky with 6 tangos in the South. Are they trying to aggro try here? I think they might just be trying to get a first blood or something like that. I imagine the Baboka is going to be heading top pretty quickly. Let's see how this lane goes. Yang and PYW, Doom plus Rubik. It's certainly not a bad laning duo, but I guess just a relative unknown. The Doom's just not really seeing very much play these days. DUI is also up here, or you're just going mid, setting up his Observer Ward. Nothing too shocking. Invoker making the same play. Alright, outpost captured again. And alright, so Fade has actually run mid. He's got his 2 charges of Blink Strike.
The battle.
I don't know what he's plotting. What are we up to? What's the plan? Is this gonna change at all after he sees Hero's top? Yang's already got the Devour skilled. Looks like he's beelining this range creep. They're going on him though. Here comes the stun and Fade with the Orb of Venom. Yang in a little bit of danger. Just gonna be forced to TP back to the tier 1 tower. That is a lot of HP lost. Okay. So they are gonna have the Riki just kind of running at the Doom. Let's see, able to get it. Nice. Kind of want to watch the mid lane, but I do feel like the side lanes are also interesting. But maybe we'll chill it on mid for just a second. Show the 1v1. Ori is going to be going for the first point up in the slight here. Flame Guard not going to be quite so useful. PYW almost dead at top. Fade looking for him, but not quite able to get it. The salve comes out. Didn't have any Blink Strike charges remaining. SC still doing a good job of controlling the wave. Comes straight back here. Denies hard. Pushing in a second at mid, and actually there's the Tornado Cold Steps available as well. Ori with the Flame Guard now though. Tron maybe actually putting himself in a little bit of a tricky situation. Using the Tornado like that gives Ori a bit of an opportunity to get some good damage down up top. More trading. Fade once again going for PYW, who's just relying on this Ring of Regen to bring him back up, and another salve. Fade's looking for him. Ooh, can't quite get the Blink Strike in. This is a big wave pushing. It'll be interesting to see if Fade is going to completely dodge experience and just give everything to the Wraith King, or if he is going to try and take a little bit and grab himself a level 2. He doesn't seem like he quite knows what he wants to do. It's like, oh, do I get 2? Do I try and just get a pull instead? He's going to realize pretty quickly that the pull camp is actually blocked. And it does seem like he's decided to stick around and maybe grab level 2 at the very least. Just poking and prodding. But what does the support Riki do past a certain point? I guess he does now have this like smoke screen AoE cooldown. But the AoE is a level 25, so I don't think you're picking a support Riki for that. Mid lane 13-4 against the 8-3 of the Invokers. So Ori continuing to do pretty nicely here. Baboka getting involved with DY's pull. Up top, Fade's still just punching. Zoning as best he can, being a melee support. I mean, he's got 6 armor and 5 regen, so he is trading pretty effectively. And he's got the Vampiric Aura helping him out here and there. Yeah, it's real weird. Boka blocking the small camp. How's XXS doing? Happy that he doesn't have to play against an anti-mage, at least. And this wave has been dragged back steadily by Vici. Fade, alright, he's gonna go for this pull up through here. Let's see if he gets it. Looks like he's on time. Yeah, alright, nice. Well done. Can PYW intercept this? That's going to be the question. They're making go on him. SCCC with the run forward. I'm missing the first blood elsewhere. It's DY being brought down. PYW still has stick charges. Turns around with the Fade Bolt. Actually baiting Fade a little bit, perhaps. Man, it's nerves of steel. Instead, it was the Lich just going down at bottom. Looks like getting caught out by a spear. Into the follow-up damage from the from Baboka. DY with the immediate DP mid. Just going to go for the bottle refill here. Ori. And Chan hoping to deny the 4-minute release, but it is over on the bottom side. So just going to be Baboka who sees it. Lots of attention being paid towards mid lane, but Ori doing just fine. Yang just with the 1-1-1 build so far, picking up the Soul Ring. And Fade now with his 2 points in the Blink Strike. I mean, I want to know what the support Riki does. So far he's just harassing, and that's it. Show me why support Riki is good, Fade. I really want to understand. He's kind of low here. Needs to be careful. Yang's about to get level 4, so he could dump a second point in this Scorched Earth and have a lot of chasing potential once that happens. Does he have some regen coming out? He's just got some more tangos. And Fade battling for the bounties. Looks like he's going to beat PYW here. And the lift's already been used, so Fade going to be able to keep on chasing here. Might even be able to trick the trade past the Rubik and then go and grab this bounty. Fade thinking about it, thinking about it. No, still just harassing. PYW is going to be able to grab it. Just stick getting delivered. Oh, was that even just some tangos getting delivered? Out of my way. Curious in danger. He's got stick charges, but he's already used the time walk. XXS and Baboka able to force him back pretty successfully. Where is the Ember? He's actually regenning back at base. Doesn't have a TP. He used that to get back, of course, and now just heading back to the mid lane. Little spear, waste a little bit of his Void's time. And SC has healed up pretty successfully. Fade making it go on to Yang. Is this actually going to be a kill? That is the question. Doesn't actually have the mana for the Scorched Earth. That's a bit of a problem. He doesn't want to pop the Soul Ring lest he die. Fade now the target, gets the Blink Strike back the other way as DY makes the rotation, and even Ori thinking about getting involved here on the top lane. Vici are bringing numbers to top, and I think they might actually be able to get both of these kills. Baboka gonna try with the glimpse to hold them back. There's the slight chains. Fade looking pretty dead. Remnant waiting just in case he gets the Blink Strike off, and Ori actually gonna go jumping forward anyway. What can I do here? SC's pretty healthy. Baboka will be able to control the aggression, and they have to be worried about the potential TP in from the Invoker as well. Chan just gonna be content with taking out some damage on this mid tier 1 tower, as Ember now coming back in to kind of deal with the pressure. Okay, so Eurus, what's he gonna go on the Void this game? I mean, I guess there's some incentive to get like your diffuse sort of thing. Mask of Madness seems good on Jug, but I don't think that item is back in the same way that it has been in the past. I think it's just that seems like it might be a Juggernaut exclusive. And SC still just going the ye old Wraith King build, just walking forward, critting in onto DY. This man knows no fear. He is going to get lifted back now. The Scorched Earth is doing decent damage, but there's the kinetic field. And FC with the strength charge just walking it back. Eurus now wanting to get involved. He's got the Chronosphere available. Gonna go jumping forward onto Baboka, but the immediate glimpse comes out. And here comes the Invoker TP. Fade is preventing the retreat. Just focusing onto PYW. Does need to run away, but they will lose Yang in a very much wasted rotation from the Faceless Void. Just gonna catch the Rubik, and it's actually enough damage. All right, I did not think that was gonna be enough, but there you go. He's got the 4 points up in the Wex, and down goes Rubik. Very nice turnaround for ASTER, and XXS is just like, he's happy as a clam down here. He's fine. At least Yang's gonna come down and hold off the tower a little bit, but now they just got a Void sitting up here. Ricky just kind of scooting around, actually now heading bot. So it looks like his job this game is just to run at the Doom. Though the Ricky got picked before the Doom came out, so it's not like that was the planned counter pick. Sean making another rotation. They really want to do some pressure to this Doom. Can they keep him alive? He needs to get the stick charges off, but it's not going to be there in time. Ricky getting dragged in by DY, but he got another Blink Strike to get back out. PYW makes the rotation down, but all he's going to find for himself is a range creep. And that is about it. Ori at mid, trying to take full advantage of the fact that the Invoker has just shown at bottom, but Fade and Sean, they're going to be the team just running around looking for more kills. Tornado's back off cooldown now, and PYW cannot afford to show for even an instant There he goes, showing himself. Spear, a little bit off the mark. POW, nice juke. But here comes the urn, here comes the cold snap, here comes the jump from the Ricky, and here comes the kill. POW trying with the stick charges to maybe get a little bit more off. Chronosphere is going to catch on to 2. John, he's got the tornado to buy a little bit more time. They haven't even got the kill. Double bash into double bash, that'll do it. More bashes on the XXS. Ori down here now with the double damage. Does sidestep to the tornado, and we'll be able to finish off the kill. Okay. So finally the Chronosphere does something. They get the turnaround. This is still a very even early game. Though net worth over in ASTER's favor a little bit, and SCCC finding a lot of free farm room.
Well-gotten gains. Arms for the
And is that actually... Wait, how many bounties is this for? Alright, so Vici get 1. Buboka really wants this one, but PYW is going to grab it off of him. And looking for the intercepts. Is he willing to use the Doom here? He's going to get glimpsed back. And looks like they just have to let Buboka walk this one off. He thought about it, but he was going to get glimpsed no matter what. And I think if he dooms, the exact same thing just happens. Like Buboka just struts away. All right, Invoker, Ricky, the team, the combo. They do have a point up in the smoke screen now, so if they can get the lockdown, Ricky can go blinking in and then drop the smoke screen. He's gonna keep the Ember lockdown at least to get the EMP off, but he's got a regen rune, so or he's gonna be fine. Able to hold this mid tower for a little bit longer against the Skeleton Horde. Europe is going for the Mask of Madness. All right, maybe Mask of Madness is back. Doom hasn't showed us an item build just yet. I mean, doesn't really have anything to work towards. Just gonna get the phase boots and getting that Ironwood tree is hooking up the Aghanim Scepter directly. Is Fade just gonna play with no items this whole game? Is he really just gonna be like for his Invoker and smoke screen? There was a time where that was the support Ricky play, but I thought that day was perhaps past. Maybe Fade is gonna prove me wrong. Did they see him? Ooh, they tried to dust him. So they saw him moving a little bit earlier, but they were just off on that dust timing. And so Fade will just instead be able to sit here and keep on scouting him out. Invoker still a ways away from the vessel. How is Wraith King's farm doing? 2.1k. Is Agitreads really the way to go here? Alright. It's gonna be a pretty timely Radiance. There's nothing really to stop it. The Void is just gonna go for a Maelstrom back into a BKB, so no signs of any diffusable or anything to try and deal with the Wraith King that way. Yura's just going for a bit more of a farming build, but does need the BKB eventually for sure. You're playing against Invoker, you're playing against the Smokescreen, playing against the Mars, and you're playing against the Disruptor, so definitely much needed. DUI's kinda down here looking at this wave getting pushed. When's the Chronosphere up? 30 up. Still have yet to see this as Yang is just straight rush into BKB. So I guess his plan is just BKB, wade in, hopefully find the Invoker or the Mars if he hasn't used anything yet, and just bomb a Doom on him. And everyone's seemingly fairly content to farm. It's just the mids and the position cores rotating around. Buboka, I mean, he could have gone for a glimpse there, but it really wasn't going to be helping him too much. Does give the kinetic field over to PYW. Yang still up here at top. Just wanting a diffusal blade. I mean, this is going to be even slower than the core Ricky diffuse. So let's see what he can actually do. Oh, he gets the tricks of the trade-off. He might actually survive it. Now they're going to be looking for the turnaround. He goes blinking forward. Invoker doesn't quite have the range. And they've also got the Mars up here, but instead just going to quickly capture the outpost. Call it a day. Does Invoker have Vessel? Not quite yet. Wraith King status, farming. Absolutely farming, and he's got the Ancients to clear after this. Nice, Skeletons, where you going? Alright, they figured it out. They've solved the mysteries. dust on this Doom. Here comes the combination. Rubik also getting locked down. They're looking for both of these kills. Doom unable to escape the glimpse, sending Eurus kind of in the direction that he was hoping for anyway, as he's going to make his retreat. Aster taking control back over this dire side of the map. But SCCC also able to push this bottom wave out quite a ways as he gets another skeleton army going. So this is Aster really taking control of both sides, and Vici seemingly no punish coming from their, their big cooldowns currently. Just not really able to make much use of them. We'll see. Maybe they can try for something. I know that the Sack Storm's on cooldown. Nice two-man chains. Ori leading the way here, but they don't have any further catch. So XXS just able to walk up to the high ground. Yang sauntering up, maybe hoping that the bounty would still be there, but no such luck. And this low ground ward giving them the vision to get the glimpse over onto PYW. That should make them a little bit suspicious that there's a ward somewhere, but they might think like actually up on the high ground or something like that. All right. Fade. Ooh. Sneaky, stealthy, bounty rune. Nice, that's gonna get him his second Blade of Alacrity.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant structures are fortified.
Man, Vici, that's all 5 heroes here at mid. They really want this mid-tier tower. Gotta be careful though. Mars does actually have his ultimate back. Finds the initiation, doesn't get the hoof stomp off, and still need to be careful of the counter initiation of the invoker. So all right, just gonna go finish off the tower. Eurus does not secure the last hit, so Maelstrom gonna come that little bit more slowly, as Ori up here doesn't have a dust or anything to kill off Fade, so he'll just TP out just fine. All right, looks like Wraith King's got Radiance. I think that's, yeah, it's Radiance on the way right this second. Ember's just going Ags next. Okay. Who wins this in the long game? I mean, I guess eventually support Ricky kind of becomes like core Ricky on, and Invoker is always just Invoker in the late game, but Void is scary hero late game. And man, they're farming right on top of this ward. Got to be careful of a Chronosphere. Got to be careful of a Doom. Yang just going to be the target. The Tornado opening up a little bit of space. Eurus might go looking for the jump. They do get the immediate fear onto the Mars. Stolen Arena of Blood. Nowhere for XXS to go. But Doom unable to get off the ultimate. They looked for the lockdown on Fade, but he's still just fine. Chronosphere now coming in onto 2, but they've also locked down PYW. A little bit of trouble. Invoker walking forward into the Chrono. Does get the Ice Wall down now, as SCCC more than willing to fight. He's got his Radiance up, so he's already found a triple kill. Looking for a little bit more. Ori unable to get the jump away. Does good for the slight. Picks up one more kill onto Baboka and make sure that there's no follow-up glimpse. Yang back into the fight after a buyback, but difficult to do all that much about the Wraith King, as the King has ascended his throne. #1 on the net worth, and I can't see anything really displacing him anytime soon. Yours is gonna farm pretty fast now that he's got his Maelstrom, but Wraith King with the Radiant and the Skeletons just on another level. Yours kind of looking at Fade here, but able to get the blink away. Up top, Chan's gonna be the target. Can we finally get a Doom on somebody? That's actually, the Doom was already used. They're just trying to dive this one. Ice Wall not gonna be enough to protect him. It looks like that is gonna get them the kill on DY, as SCCC comes in, doesn't even bother trying to auto attack him. Nice spear from XXS. Catches Yang. Follow-up stun. Chains attempted from Ori to buy a little bit more space, but that will not end up amounting to anything. Wait, so who actually got doomed in the end in that previous fight? I feel kind of dumb for missing it, but did it end up having a significant impact? Did Ricky just like get doomed and walk away? Or not sure what happened. Anyway, Aster's still sitting on a 4K gold lead. Ricky's still working on the defusal. Invoker going for a Yules. Wraith King gonna be going, well, he had Halberd queued up, but now SCCC just has a Basher on the agenda. I guess maybe nice to have that little bit of extra lockdown. Randomly get a stun against the Ember and potentially kill him off that way. PYW is just continuing to spam out bottom. He's got some decent gold, but this Doom is still a very big concern for Vici. Yang really does not have a whole lot of gold to his name. But he does have the 3 points up in the Devour, about to be maxed out, so eventually he's going to get something. This hero does have, you know, pretty consistent, guaranteed impact past a certain point. But just going to need the items first. And SCCC did end up deciding that he wanted the Heaven's Halberd, it looks like. So he's got the Sange flying out. Vici, they need to go and grab themselves an outpost if they can, so DY gonna quickly come up here and try and grab that. There's Sunstrike scouting the pit, just in case there's any shenanigans going on. I guess that would have been a possible play for Vici in this situation. Do we finally have Ricky Defusal? Alright, we got Ricky Defusal. Blink Dagger is the next item queued up. It does seem like a BKB timing is just going to be the name of the game for Vici currently, as SCCC in the march at bottom. The Skeleton Army finishes off the tower, and now the immediate TP top. No fear of this Faceless Void whatsoever. And over at mid lane, they've got the catch onto the Ember Spirit, using everything to bring him down. He popped out of the smoke screen, forced immediately to the spear. Static Storm on top of everything just to make sure that they get it, and the prize waiting for them is going to be this mid tier 1 tower. Fade able to keep on running, able to keep on scouting, you know, since he doesn't have to really do any farming. Now that he's got the Diffu. And they quickly catch sight of the Doom. Eurus starting to open up versus the Wraith King. He's just going to be going for an AC straight up. Invoker almost has his Yules and is starting to go back for some more points in the Exhort now, so becoming more of a standard Invoker as the game goes on. And they're sizing up this Wraith King, but what can they actually do about SCCC? Yang runs forward, doesn't even land the Infernal Blade, now runs straight into a stun, into the follow-up Seer. He's getting pushed back. Nice Chronosphere, actually going to keep Yang alive a little bit longer. He throws the Doom out on the Wraith King just out of desperation. Spear's being stolen, that is going to hold him back. Nice Tornado, trouble for PYW as he tries to escape. The Sunstrike's looking for DY, a little bit off the mark there, as Vici do somehow end up trading 1 for 1. Beautiful Chronosphere from Eurus, not only catching, not only getting the lockdown and being able to kill off the Mars, but keeping the Wraith King Doom. But even with that, SCCC is still fine. He's still got the reincarnation intact, and come and claim the prize that they were originally looking for, taking out this top tier 1 tower. And now Chronosphere on cooldown, really no reason for ASTER to back down. Can just continue playing aggressively, shove in all the lanes. Fade's already scouting, and Invoker TPing down bottom to join him. He's got a sentry up on this high ground, so feeling pretty confident that there isn't any vision. And he would, right? If they could kill off Void, that would be huge, and that's who they're running at currently. Ori looking for the turnaround, though. He gets the chains. Can they get the spear? That pushes the Void a little bit further away, and now DY is here with the fear. There's the jump away. Eurus is going to be fine. Fade, can he find his way out? Looks like he might be able to. Ori thinking about the jump forward. If he'd gone for that a little bit earlier, actually, the spear snipe out of nowhere. PYW puts Fade in the ground. They're still not done. DY does get caught out. He's going to pay for his insolence. And that will be a couple more earn charges for the Invoker. Okay, fortunately they keep the Void alive. He still got this double damage bottled. Yang still really needs his BKB. I mean, he's the position for Ricky is nipping at your heels as a Doom, and you have an ability that guaranteed generates gold. So I think that's all you need to know about the fact that Yang is having a bad game. And I don't know if it's fair to say that this game is an example of why we just don't see very much Doom anymore. The damage on Scorched Earth did get nerfed pretty heavily, and Invoker is just running around everywhere, finding kills. Except with the Blink Dagger also helping to set this up. And Yang, I mean, he manages to dodge the Deafening Blast at least, but still a pretty easy kill. And PYW even been feeling forced into the Ghost Scepter early on here just because of the Ricky. I'm a little bit surprised that nobody is going for Force Staff. Surely Force Staff is like a pretty killer and very important item here, but instead he's just going for an Aether Lens. They do have the BKB on the Void. So could go for a fight looking for the backlines. He immediately finds the Invoker, but he's being Evans halberded. SCCC making the play. Can they actually find this kill? John actually using himself up, now able to jump a little bit further out. It is going to be a double kill in the end. Yang still respawning. They can't get the spear from the Mars. They do have the silence, locking down the Void. Can he get out of this one? He's got stick charges. He can't get off the time walk. The Chain Frost is bouncing though, and Ori's still doing good work. Couple of remnants, find another kill. Yang finally able to chase in here. SCCC trying to hold the hill. Is gonna get stunned up. Yang still looking for the chase. The reincarnation is there, and SCCC is just doling out the damage. Success jumping in. Another remnant forward. There's the immediate Evans Halberd. They've got a gem already picked up. A favorite of DY. SCCC just gonna grab some life off of these creeps, and without the sustained damage of the Void, well, I don't even with the sustained damage of the Void, it's gonna be difficult to bring down the Wraith King in this kind of situation.
For the dead.
All right, so Ori gets out of there, but now he's got 0 remnants for a little while. Does really need to chill out. He dumped a bunch of them out in that last fight. Ooh, next success. They're thinking about this here. He's got him blinking in, but he hasn't found him. Ori's got 1 more remnant to be able to jump himself away. Tron is kind of chasing after him, but yeah, these Ags remnants, you're not going to close the gap. Okay, so SCCC's already got the full AC. Now he's going to be going for an Abyssal Blade, which is going to be very annoying. Pretty big gap between him and Void. Eurus not finding a ton of opportunities to farm. And SCCC just straight into the Roshan pit. Ages to be claimed. Vici, do you have any sense that this is going on? Alright, the scan comes out now, but Roshan already down around 3,000 HP. And everybody just encircling the pit, not going to give them any opportunity to get in here. This is looking like it might be a BKB charge getting forced out of him. He's not using it just yet. There's the spear though, and instead he's actually just going to end up losing his life. XXS making the plays. 10k lead now in favor of ASTER. Wraith King pick looking great. Doom pick still looking kind of dumpster. Does Yang at least have the BKB? All right, he's got the BKB, but I'm also seeing a future by Crystal Ball. It's Yang. He's getting 2 hit by the Wraith King with a basher. We'll see how much this BKB is really going to be able to do.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
A little bit of Sunstrike scouting on the high ground. They don't really have anybody to jump and follow that up, but you know, maybe you could have set up for a nice glimpse, something like that. And they're just going from objective to objective. They've got the Aegis over on their Invoker, so no real jump target now for the Chronosphere at this point. And Eurus even being overtaken by XXS on the network. This guy's been actually having a hell of a game here. Ori, doesn't have a remnant out. Now he's been silenced. Now he's been speared. Here comes the EMP. No way out. And Chan finishes it off with a Deafening Blast. That's also the gem hitting the deck. Oh no. All right, that might actually just be game. Losing the gem in this situation with like. So now you're just gonna get dewarded. You've got no gem against Ricky. Disruptor's going to be checking high grounds with kinetic fields, like that. And if you don't have vision, how do you ever get a jump? Oh, the Sunstrike for the glimpse. Okay, it was a cute play, but it's not going to get them a kill. You know, cool that ASTER are thinking about that kind of stuff. Oh, spear back. Yeah, hitting the target. Double damage. There's the lift at least. Jump forward. Void gets the Chronosphere onto 3. There's Aegis and Reincarnation to contend with. Can they actually find the follow-up kill on the Invoker? That's going to be the all-important thing. They've got the lockdown on the Mars. He's almost dead, but not quite. They need a deny for him. He's still surviving, still living, XXS finally ticks out, but Faceless Void is trapped in a world of pain. Does manage to walk off the silences, and he actually gets off the time walk. Ember respawning soon. Buyback being used by PYW. Ember jumping forward. Can they keep the Wraith King here? The tier 4 towers along with the tier 3 doing some decent work. That's life number 1. Do they have a chains? They do not. Did have a centaur stomp. Stolen stun from PYW. Coming forward. Silence used to cover him, but SCCC is losing life pretty quickly. Ori's jumping into the backlines hoping for a +1 kill. They bring down the Wraith King. Fade stunned up here, and he's also going to be brought down. Cheon just forced to pop the Ghost Walk and get out of there. And okay, takes a second to go top. Well, this is always one of the most interesting times as a support. You're like, oh, all my carries are dead. I suppose I'm the position 2 now. And Invoker's the position 1. Time for me to hit some creeps. Come on, Invoker, get these last hits. I believe in you. Your team needs this Ags. Nice. Alright, that's what I'm talking about.
Almighty money.
Okay. So what was the actual damage done there? They got half of the HP on the tier 3. They forced the buyback from the Rubik. We'll take a quick look at the net worth swing in a second. So net worth not going to budge too much, but experience does swing back pretty quickly. And we were on a trajectory to 100%, ladies and gentlemen, but we are now back at 7% for Vici Gaming. This Wraith King is still enormous, but a lot of hopes resting on Eurus to find another Cronus like that. That's what they're gonna need. He got all 3 cores. They killed Mars without him having any impact whatsoever. Like, Invoker also forced to play pretty defensively after losing the Aegis. For destruction, pretty nice. So let's do a quick little neutral item check. So actually, Dire have not farmed theirs up just yet. A second to do that. They go to the telescope. Ooh, Ori jumping forward. Look at XXS, trying to keep him here. He does have an arcane rune, so able to get the lockdown a little bit sooner, but not really gonna go for it. Chronosphere is almost back up. And Wraith King's still working on the Abyssal Blade. Alright, and he's got a Titan Sliver, alright. Pretty nice. Maybe he'll take the Orb of Destruction instead, or I don't know, maybe Mars will take that. I have to see. Or even, I mean, even Ricky, I guess. Fade just rocking the Vambrace. He got the Blink Dagger. He knows what his job is. Go and find the supports in the backlines, make PYW's life hard. Same kind of story for DY. Poor guy does not really have any gold. And PYW with the spider legs. Oh, he's gonna get caught. Here comes the arena. No way out for him. Can he steal something useful here? No, he's just dead. And Fade immediately TP's bottom, but I don't think anyone's going to come and follow him up. Looking to run at December. Who does have a full BKB getting delivered. Going to be going for the Shivas after that. Wraith King smoked. Roshan potential respawn in 2 minutes time. But likely going to be a little bit longer than that. Yang, or we're going to see a BKB being forced out here. Is he even going to get the chance to use it? That is a Static Storm with an Aghanim Scepter. And the Glimpse actually sending the Ember back into the waiting arms of Fade, who locks him down. Are they going to be able to force out the BKB here is the question. No, Ori does have a secondary remnant inside of the base to jump to, but SCCC is already up here, and he is making quick work of this Rax. Good positioning from ASTER, not going to give them another opportunity like the previous to get a good Chronosphere off. They're just going to leave Wraith King on the front lines with the Alacrity and let him go to work. I guess he's looking for his opportunity, but it's not going to be easy. Doesn't have to worry about the Disruptor, but kind of needs to get the Invoker, and Chan's got a Blink Dagger, so it's not going to be easy. Unless he sees that already canceled by the Ember or something like that. Wraith King already working on the second lane. Frost Armor helping out a little bit. They've got the Stolen Stun. They're going into the backlines. Ori knows that he needs to try and find the Invoker. There's the Blink away. BKB being forced. They're just leaving the Wraith King on the front lines. That's life number 1. Eurus with the BKB actually able to bring him down. And they're just going to drop the Chronosphere and try and get him the second time. Tornado is buying the space though. Here comes the Abyssal Blade. They're going to bring down PYW as CCC still surviving. And Fade also with the jump in, locking down the Void. He's now dead for 70 seconds. Yang popping the BKB and walking forward. SC still getting chased, but Fade once again in position, putting down the smoke screen. They get the Doom, but SCCC is life stealing up. He won't be brought down. And Itchy Gaming, they are done. GG is called.
Radiant's top
I didn't
barracks
have a
are
ton
under
of faith in the position for Ricky, but it made the plays at the end there. SCCC, he was large in charge. You can see that this team is still very much focused around, let's get SCCC